Today's guest took me on a journey through the 80s and 90s. We chatted about WWE, the NBA, and even managed to briefly skim over the upcoming Gobsmacked Perth Corporate Rumble, number 9. So please welcome Trent, the Hood Pope Horwood.
Yep.
I've got the original, do you remember back in the 80s, the real hard rubber...
like the big rubber
WWE?
Man, I had a Hulk Hogan and a Macho Man. And I reckon by the time I finished with him when I was a kid, Macho Man was just skin coloured now.
Oh, yeah,
the
colour.
He had the pink jocks with the stars.
Yeah.
Wore off. And Hulk was probably in a little better shape, but still just fucking cooked. Like,
I found some guy, my kids, I don't know, I think I was trying to get my missus wanted to have a sleeping on Sunday. I took my kids to the markets.
Yeah.
This guy had a bag of them. And he had about 10 of them. There's King Kong Bundy,
yes.
Ricky the Dragon, Steamboat, all of that. And I said, I saw it. And I was like, okay.
You'll play it cool, eh?
Yeah. I play, what's this here, mate? Geez, these look a bit
dolls.
worn.
Bloody dolls, yeah, right.
And I said, mate, how much for it? Whatever he said I was going to pay. He could have said $1 million. I was going to call the bank. And he goes, $10, mate. And I'm just going, okay. Yeah, no worries. There's your tenner. And I've got them, and they're just great.
I love that.
They're so good. The JYD, Junkyard Dog.
Junkyard Dog, man.
We should just talk about wrestling.
We
should do this.
What's the PCR? Yeah.
Thank you very much for the shirt. Hoops Heaven.
All good, man.
And the stickers. I like these. This is great. I do appreciate the hat yesterday, the Osbright hat from Michael as well. Oh, so they've taken off like Burger King.
Yeah, so the boss is big on the pop culture stuff and the 80s stuff.
Nice.
And yeah, he's like way into it. So every time it's time for some new logos and stuff, he's like, what do we got? What's next? So we all come up with some stuff, and then he sends them off to one of his mates, and his mate comes back with the logos.
That's so good. Oh, I was going to share these with my kids. No, my kids can do what they want. Jeez, they've done everything.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
From Lego. This is, what's that kids show?
Rugrats.
Rugrats, yeah. That's it. There we go, Rugrats. You can see them. Oh, you've thrown me. All I want to do now is talk about WWE.
Let's do it, man.
We should. And that's Ric Flair.
Give me 2 claps and a Ric Flair.
Woo! He was so good.
Man.
That's
the football team, right? Doing that in the huddle. Yeah.
I can't. It's just different now with wrestling, isn't it?
It's not the characters. It's not as light like that. Like when I was a kid, man, saw Ric Flair and I went, "What is this?"
I saw your Instagram.
What is this guy?
Kung Fu training. How did Kung Fu training come about?
It's got absolutely nothing to do with fighting. So Kendrick Lamar, the rapper,
is that who that photo is of you? Where are we? Is that him?
No, that's Method Man from Wu-Tang. Yeah, so bumped into him in LA.
Yeah.
I'm pretty chilled out around famous people. Like, I don't care.
You ever been starstruck?
That day. That's probably the one time. So we're in a store, Supreme over there, and my missus, like I turned around, he was literally right behind me. I turned around and looked at him, I thought, shit, there's Method Man. Cool.
What'd you say?
I said nothing. So I just literally said nothing. And then I thought I'd leave him to do his shopping, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And then my missus comes over and she tugs him arm. She's like, that's Method Man. That's Method Man. I'm like, yeah, I know. Like, I know who that is. And then...
she playing the call?
Not really.
No,
she wasn't playing, yeah. But she's big on the rap music and stuff too. So she was, like, shocked. She was in shock. Like, we've just seen this dude just in the wild. Like, and then we get outside and we got 2 other mates with us, Sue and Shrin. And the missus goes to him, do you mind if we get a photo? And he goes, yeah, of course. No probs. So I was like, you 3 jump in, I'll take the photo. Let's not annoy this guy. Like,
yeah. Oh, yeah. He must. Can you imagine how much he gets it?
Man. So.
All day. It's like me.
Like,
it's like me when I leave the house.
And that's why, like, you didn't even come out the front. I had to come to you. But so I take the photo on that, and then she goes, my missus goes, get in. And he's like, yeah, come on. And I've got Wu-Tang tattoos and old dirty bastard tattoos and stuff on me. And I said to him, like I'd seen him when I was young. I think it was at Metro City. I was probably about 18 or 19. It was, what was it called? Buggin' or something was the festival.
Yeah.
And on show, and I said to him, I was like, man, probably the best show I've been to.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, I remember that. Like, said the year or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Showed him a Wu-Tang tattoo and showed him the ODB tattoo, and he was like, that's where they put the hand on the heart for the ODB thing because he's passed away.
Yeah.
And then he's like, yeah, he took a photo with me. He's just cool, man. Had a little chat with us and that, and then we all got on our way. But that was probably the one time, like, I just nerded out because I couldn't wait to show him the tattoos. I was like, dude, like, look, Wu-Tang. Like, he's like,
Where's your Wu-Tang? Show me the Wu-Tang.
the Wu-Tang butterfly here. The ODB on here. I got a Wu-Tang one I did myself on my ankle, which I won't show you because it's terrible.
Do you do tattoos?
No.
Okay.
No.
You're covered in them.
I am. Yeah.
You're really into it.
Love it, man.
They suit you. That's a good thing.
That's good. That's handy. Yeah.
Okay.
Ask my mum that question.
You could have got my approval before you got them, but that's fine.
Yeah. No. Ask my mum that question if I suit them.
She's not. She's not a fan.
It, mate.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm actually scared to go home and visit her with a black eye as well. So
I saw that. That's a perler.
Cheers, Nige.
Not a broken nose or anything.
No. Just it's not even sore. I just bruise bad. I'm just very pale.
Oh, okay.
So
I know that
nice
feeling.
white skin, man. Just bang.
That's great. And you're on your Instagram there. You just repping the Ric Flair.
So that Ric Flair photo, I used to
there.
post that probably every day for about 2 years.
Yeah.
And my missus hates him. So she's she's sick of it, right? And she's like, I'm sick of that photo every day. It's so stupid. Rah, rah.
Yep.
So for our wedding, I got her all the gifts like before the wedding.
Yep.
And I recreated that Ric Flair photo.
So this has been your main photo for nearly a year
Yeah,
now.
I'll never post on Instagram again. I think I've clocked it. That's it. I've beat Instagram with that. I'll post stories. I'll never ever have another post. And she's like, I gave her that like literally framed movie size.
That photo.
That exact photo.
What did she say?
So I like gave it all to one of her mates to take to the hotel the night before the wedding. So she had like all the gifts and she opened them one by one and they all had like a little cute note and whatever in it. And she got to that one and it was like, I think I wrote something like, you finally got your Ric Flair.
Yeah.
And she opened it and there was a big photo. Man, like she's all right with it. She's
good.
yeah, she's going to let me. She's like, put it up in the house wherever you want, but I haven't got around it yet. It's just leaning on the wall.
That's a big call to make on the wedding day.
Yeah, massive.
You don't mess with the missus on the wedding day.
That's the thing. She could have seen that and gone, dickhead, and just got out of there. She hung around. So
good on her.
Done something right.
She's putting it in. Mate, I just want to, can I get those shoes of yours on camera? Because they are something else.
These bad boys.
Oh, my God. Looney Tune Crocs.
So Drew House, similar, but yeah.
Sorry, Drew House, not
Drew
Crocs.
House, yeah.
How dare I?
Yeah, no, that's it, man. I got a fair collection of Crocs. I'm a creature of comfort.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you that they'll change your life if you buy them and start wearing them, but they'll change your life, 100%.
Are these with the little figurines you got stuck on there? Is that how they come, or do you put them on yourself?
I'm way too into it. So they didn't come like, these ones didn't come like that, the ones you're looking at there.
Yeah, the yellows.
So yeah, the yellows just got smiley faces on them, and then that's got I think that's Pokemon on that one.
And you got a Looney Tunes
some
one.
Space Jam one, yep. I think there's another Space Jam.
Where do you get these?
Crocs.com.au. Free plug if you just want to send me stuff.
Crocs.com.au.
Big fan.
Get over, because this guy will do some serious marketing for you. So you rock the old Crocs the whole time?
Yeah, all the time.
Does Everlast make anything like this for the boxing event?
Let's ask.
Let's ask.
Hit Paul up, mate.
He probably would. He's a good man.
Let's do it.
Oh, Ric Flair. All I want to do now is talk about WWE wrestling. Do you remember when it used to be WWF?
Yes.
Is that when you got into it?
So yeah, it would have been, early 90s. I was probably 8 or 9.
That was the day.
I think the first thing I ever watched was a Royal Rumble. And like, if you're going to get into wrestling,
the Royal Rumble.
that's where you start.
Back in the 90s.
Yeah. So one of the first like memories of watching wrestling was the 92 Rumble. That's the one where Ric Flair came back in the black trunks and won.
Yeah.
It's just like, I just remember watching and just going, this dude's too much. Like, this is, when I grow up, that's where I want to be. Pretty much.
This is going to show my age. I watched a telecast of the first ever WrestleMania. I know.
Like you watched it.
Yeah, like it came here. It was channel, I think it was channel 2.
How many channels did we have at that point?
We had we had
like 7 when I was a kid.
No. We had 2, 7 and 9.
Yep.
I think SBS was. We didn't have Channel 10.
Nah, yeah.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. All right. And
I don't remember when Channel 10 came in, but I know it wasn't around as long as the other ones.
No.
So if you're pre-Channel 10, that's a good effort.
Oh, yeah. My body's feeling it. That's why I'm not doing the PCR. And I watched the first, like it had happened, and then about a week later, you had no idea what happened because we had no internet, anything like that. No mobile phones.
That was, You used to be able to just go to get them at the movie store on the VHS.
Oh,
no clue what was up.
No.
Like, you're 6 months late, but who cares?
No.
Like,
and I always thought it was Mr. T and Hulk Hogan versus Rowdy Roddy Piper. And, of course, I always thought it was real, you know. But it was...
It's not? You can bring that to me now? I need a minute.
It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure one of the biggest crowds in history, I believe, in America was WrestleMania 3. I think it was the first time it cracked 100,000 people.
That's huge. Yeah,
That is
It's about the same amount as the PCR, I think.
Well, now you're in it.
Yeah, well, hey, the ticket's in.
They've moved it off the stadium. Oh, those were the days. I love that stuff so much. You look like, who's that there?
That's Giannis Antetokounmpo, man. That's a basketball player.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Milwaukee Bucks.
Are you a Bucks fan?
I am. Bucks in 6. Let's go. Yeah.
I'm Boston. I know, only
I
because
actually have to leave.
Only because I got into it back in the days of Bird, and it was
cool then,
and it was Bird.
That's cool.
Yeah,
as long as you're not that big 3 Boston era.
Nah,
because I hate those guys.
Nah.
Like you probably like them because you're a long time fan, but can't stand those guys.
I can't. NBA is not what it used to be. I was very much the 90s. I saw Magic play.
Awesome.
And I remember it used to be Magic and Bird, and then Jordan came through, and then and I used to be a bit of a Pistons fan as well, only because that was so dirty.
Yeah, they were cool, man. The bad boys, bro.
Have you seen those ESPN's 30 for 30? Yeah. They are absolutely incredible.
Yeah, excellent. There's a Pistons one. There's one about, I just watched one about Shaq and Penny.
Oh, yeah.
When my Orlando started the franchise and stuff.
And how close they came to winning it right at the start.
Awesome.
That is good.
Awesome. Because I knew they were good. Yeah. I didn't know they were that good. Like that was sort of, I was still a little kid then. Yeah. I probably had an Orlando Magic bed cover at that point. But like the little single bed cover from, like, I think my brother had a Chicago Bulls one. I was dirty on that. But you can't have the same as your brother. So I got stuck with the Orlando Magic one. Like, every kid was a Bulls fan, like, obviously. But
yeah. Penny was something else, wasn't he?
Special dude, man.
And the fact that he just kept getting injured, that was a massive loss. He would have been something else. I reckon he had the ability. I know it's easy to say, but better than Kobe.
That's like, he was very, very good with, like, but you take out, like, it's like Grant Hill. Everyone was like, Grant Hill's the next Michael Jordan, or the next big thing. Same thing, just chopped down by injuries. But it's like, Penny was, from what I know, which is limited, that good. He was that good. Oh, so man. Like, and he just, in that era with Shaq, like any good guard you paired with Shaq was going to win some shit.
Oh, because like, just feed it to him.
Dude's a freak. Like, you're 7'2", you're that athletic, you're that strong. You're not losing anything.
Have you ever seen Shaq in person?
Yes.
I did once. I didn't realise how big someone could be.
It's nuts, right?
He is.
I felt fucking tiny.
Can you imagine trying to D up on him?
So no, I just get balls to the face. Like, it's just he's huge. I think, where did I see? He was at I went to a ice hockey game in Vegas, and before the game, like the Golden Knights ring this massive bell and Shaq was the guest, like, bell ringer of the night. Yeah, and I was up in the top section. It's like an open bar section. I was up there. Sort of looked over, and they're like, yeah, Shaquille O'Neal. And I was like, damn, he's really close. Looks really big. And then he walked out, like, behind us, and I and just realised, like, that I am just this big as a human. Like,
he was nuts. So strong as well.
Yeah, absolute freak.
And he could move. He was the first really big man to move like that.
Yeah.
Who was solid. I mean, you had like a heap of the tall guys in there that could move, but no one that solid.
But, like, even you see, like, rookie Shaq, and he's like lean, quick,
and running the floor.
Yeah, man. Like, awesome. Like, who does that at 7'2"? That's.
And remember smashing bringing the whole backboards down.
I struggle to run at like 5'8" or whatever I am. It's 7'2", just like, it's crazy.
Oh, it's different.
And then he just got bigger and stronger and bigger and stronger. Like, it was nuts.
He was something else. Should we actually get into this PCR stuff?
Yeah,
We don't have to. We could go through. See I got the MTV.
The Spaceman.
Oh yeah, that's all my stuff. Little UFC figure there playing the piano. It's Randy Couture. I know. I'm 21. I've just seen a lot in my 21 years.
12. Very nice.
All right, Trent. Should I refer to you as Trent, or should I call you Kung Fu Trenny?
Trent will do, man.
Just Trent.
Yeah.
We'll
I do get Kung Fu a bit, but I'll go by something else at PCR. I don't want to go in there with a name that has something to do with fighting and suck.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
All right.
Get a little fresh nickname for that. But
I'll call you Trent because we're keeping it professional today, as you can
100%,
say.
yeah.
Mate, November 5, 36 days away.
Thanks for that, yeah.
That is
that's not scary at all, yeah.
The induction was, 4 weeks away? 4 weeks ago?
3 or 4,
3 or 4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
That's when I met you.
Yep.
That has just gone in a blink of an eye.
It has, yeah.
How you feeling?
Good, actually. So I didn't come in completely underdone. So
Yeah.
I go to the gym and I go for my runs, and I'm not busting my ass every day, but
Yeah.
I do try and keep somewhat fit. But so when they sent me the email saying you're accepted, I went, shit, that just got real. So, and then I just started on around the corner from work. There's a boxing gym, and I just went in and said, look, man, teach me some basics.
Yeah.
I had no clue. Yeah. So I just went in there. He taught me a few basics. I started just doing the fitness classes in the morning with him, and I just realized very quickly that boxing is different.
So
and
different.
that was not sparring. That was not pad work. That was hitting combos on a boxing bag and using the Boxmaster and just moving your feet and things like that. And I was like, this is crazy.
Because people think, or not people, but some people think that boxing is just like a bit of a street brawl. Like if you're a good street brawler, you can box.
I highly doubt it. I'm probably not good at that one either. But but it's a lot goes into it.
Yeah.
Every single thing we do at the moment, the coaches are around and they're great. The coaches,
quality,
excellent, man. Nigel feels like an uncle.
Yeah.
I just look at him and I think you just look like you're part of my family.
Oh yeah.
So he'll come around and he's a big dude, and you don't think he's going to move that quick, and he'll show you something. You're like, geez, I just hate to get hit by that. That would just suck. And then when you look at Glenn, do you just not see Stone Cold Steve Austin?
I do.
Yeah, man.
I've known Glenn for probably 16, 17 years, and he's always looked exactly the same.
Yep.
But I think it's funny when he grows a bit of hair, he does look different. But I don't know if it's Steve Austin, maybe a bit more Goldberg.
See, I look at him, and every time I look at him, I hear the glass go, and I'm like, yes, every time.
Stone Cold.
Yeah, man. Yeah, every time. And obviously that his name just lends him to it.
Yeah.
But every time I look at him, since the first time I ever saw a picture of him, I went, it just looks like a Stone Cold Steve Austin. I love it.
How you do notice the importance of attending every training session.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. So with work, every now and then I have to miss a Saturday morning.
Yeah.
But I try and go on the Friday and do the early class just so I'm still getting some work in.
Yeah.
But the difference between that boxing class and what we're doing with the PCR training is a whole nother level.
Because
it's crazy.
It is just pure technique that you guys are doing, isn't it?
Yep.
And
it's just repetition. And then when you think you're done, you got to do some sit-ups. And then when you think you're done that, you got to do some squats. It's
and those hill runs, you done those yet?
I've done those, yeah.
They are not enjoyable.
No, not at all.
So you got a couple of sponsors.
I do.
Firstly, I'm not great for staying on topic. So you're the same. This is going to be a long one. Yes. We're in for the long haul here. Tell me your sponsors. You got HC Urban.
Yep. So Brad, that's Brad over at HC Urban. Doing his thing like carpentry, landscaping. He's the king of decks, though. Literally, there's one, you'd have to scroll a fair way back, but there's one where they had a retaining rock wall.
Yeah.
And he actually went and cut around the rock wall.
To put the deck in.
Yeah. So each bit of decking, if the rock stuck out, he'd just push his little thing on and all around it. So the deck fit into the rocks. It was one of the craziest things I've seen, with that sort of stuff. And that's when I've known Brad for years, but that's when I was he's actually really, really good at what he does.
All right, so this is the one here around the rocks.
Yeah. So he literally is that meticulous with his work. it's crazy. So he did a few decks at my mum and dad's place as well. And you go around like there's just not a screw out of place. Everything's just spot on. He's got a little bit of OCD going on, old Brad.
Oh, that's good to have though in a tradie.
100%.
Tradies normally go the other way.
Yeah.
I did see
Sort
one
of bloke that would hate his apprentices.
I did see this one here, and all I could think, you haven't got kids?
I do not.
I saw this one, and all I could think about was that looks absolutely flawless there. And I reckon you give my kids 5 minutes on that thing, and they would scratch the absolute hell out of it. You might as well just give them a screwdriver and say, guys, I've just paid all this money for this deck. Go out and wreck it.
Carve your name in it. See how you go. Yeah. He loves a good bit of deck porn, old Brad.
Drag a table across that or something, mate. Just cut some retic grooves in my brand new deck. So these guys were behind you, were they?
Yeah, 100%. So I used to play footy with Brad.
Yeah.
Known him a long time before that. Absolute legend. So he's been at Carlisle Footy Club for, oh man, if the club's over 100 years old, make Brad 150 at least.
Oh, he was one of the original members, wasn't he?
He'll tell you that anyway. But he'll also tell you he's had a hand in every flag down there, which is true. But yeah, he's a good bloke, man. I spoke to him one day. I said, look, man, I'm looking at doing this, and he just went, let me know what you need. Let me know how much you need. There was no, what do I get out of it? Anything like that. Yeah. He's like, what do you need? I'll back you in. So good mate, good business.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Is he going to be there on the night?
He will be.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah.
Those tradies love it.
Yeah.
A drink and a bit of entertainment,
That's
don't they? Okay, and second. Oh, hang on. This one here. I saw this in Basie. You know where that is? I was trying to find out where that is.
That's your house.
No, it's not. My wife built that.
Seriously?
Yeah.
That's like perfect. When I got here, I was like, look at this little picture perfect little house.
My wife, mate. It's not me.
That's cool.
It's not me. She just says, she draws this stuff up and she goes, this is what I want. And I help her. I'm her offsider. And,
do you help her by sitting in here and doing it?
You talk about us. She doesn't listen to any of these, so I can just go to town.
That's good spousal support. I like that. Good on her.
No, she just, you talk about OCD. Oh, my God. Which is good because she's like in building design. But, that's why you have a look at it from one end to the other, mate. Dead straight.
Yeah.
Dead straight.
Awesome.
I got to attend to some of those screws on there. I think they're getting a bit rusty.
That's one of his apprentices in the photo. That's Army.
Just working hard.
Zach, yeah. Oh, yeah, right. You can leave that in too.
Yeah, other sponsor. Look at my shirt. Hoops Heaven.
Hoops Heaven.
And
man.
look at this array of stickers you brought in.
That's it.
These are going, I don't know where these are going. These are going probably somewhere they shouldn't. So if you're ever driving around, you see, you go, how the hell did this happen? Just know that it was me that put it there. That's great. Tell me about Hoops Heaven.
Man.
Is that where you work?
Yeah, that's where I work, man. I'm in there just about every day. But I was a tradie for, forever. And then Jason, the boss there, he's been mates with my brother, family friends for years. And I was working there on the weekends, like, every now and then, just saving for a holiday.
Yeah.
He was like, look, man, next year, just come on full time. I was like, all right. Like, yeah, I'll get out of the roof for a bit. I was doing aircon, so I was crawling around in people's roofs.
Oh, jeez.
Fucking horrible.
Summer. Yeah. That'd be a delight.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, I loved it. Yeah, I was never dehydrated ever. It was awesome. But yeah, so he just said, come on board, took me on, man. And originally I was like, yeah, I'll do this for a bit, have a break. I can reset the body. And now he is stuck with me, 100%.
This, if there was ever a store to suit you, this is just my opinion, this is it.
Yeah. I buy most of my stuff from there. Yeah.
What is the chance, if someone comes in to buy something, what are the chances of them having like a 2-hour conversation with you about NBA or about shoes or something?
Yeah, it's not hard to get lost chatting to people about that stuff. Yeah.
Look at us.
Yeah, they'll come in, because we got, the basketball's always on the TV in there. So they'll come in, they'll be doing their thing, and they'll look up and they'll go, oh, is this live? Yeah, it's live. And then before you know it, you've been talking to them for 15 minutes watching basketball. So, like, it's cool, man. It's a good place to be. It's cruising.
Good atmosphere.
Yeah, great.
And whereabouts is it?
So, Murray Street. So
is it where the old Star Skate used to
building,
be?
Man, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Right, like literally, so that they've got, you used to walk in, there was Star Skate on one side, surf on the other.
Surf, yeah.
And the boardroom downstairs with all the surfboards. So we've got the side that was Star Skate.
Yeah.
The other side next door is like a camera shop or something.
Okay.
And then, we've got the downstairs as well.
Oh, beautiful.
So that's all the stock and everything's downstairs. It's a cool spot, man.
Are you the guys that had The old sneakerheads are really becoming something nowadays.
Big thing, yeah.
Did you guys have a launch or something there?
So we had, every now and then we get like a couple of Jordan 1s or something, and we'll, like, it's so hard for people to get these shoes that they want now. It's ridiculous. Like, and I've been all over shoes since I was a kid, like, love it.
Oh, yeah.
And then it's got to this point now where unless you're willing to camp outside or pay X amount over retail, you're not going to get anything you want. So, like, we just try and keep it fair. When we get something, we'll just be like, look, we're releasing it this time, this day. Come get it at this time. It's got to be your size. You can't buy multiple pairs. If it's a women's shirt, only women can buy it. So we're like, we try and just be fair with it, because the sneaker resale thing is ridiculous.
It is out of control,
Crazy,
man. I'm just going through the shoes you guys got here. There's a million different types, right?
So I'm boxing in that purple one right now. I'm wearing that to PCR training right
These
now.
ones here, the Jordan Zion 2.
Jordan Zion 2, yep.
What there used to be when I was a touch younger, you used to have a couple of options, especially like with the basketball shoes. You used to have the Chuck Taylors.
Yep.
Oh yeah, zero ankle support. How the hell
zero anything support? Yeah.
How did like Bird and McHale play in those things and not just have wrecked ankles?
It's nuts, right? There must have been some amount of ankle tape involved. Like it's wild. Like even you see the NBA guys now. Like you'll see videos of LeBron before a game, and his foot is this round because they're just taping it and taping it.
One
taping
more time.
Yeah. So it's like the shoes give you the support you need.
Yeah.
A big wide base on them. You know, you're like locked in. You can't like really slip around on the base anymore. But they like the NBA guys. I would hate to see the physio bill for tape.
Oh,
Like, you know,
imagine a sponsor Elastoplast. Just imagine
get them
that.
over there.
But the selection that you guys have got, or just the selection of shoes now, it's completely out of control.
Yeah, it's man. They just every half decent player has their own sneaker or colorway of a sneaker,
yeah.
and we are like with the range. So we get to select from a range that's like curated to like Australasia. So from Nike, and they'll like the amount of stuff that isn't in that range, like colorways, different sneakers, things like that don't even make it to Australia, that you only see overseas, like Europe, America and stuff. It's nuts. If you think this is a lot of sneakers, like have a look at the world market. Like it's insane.
Why can't people get them? Is it just like you're only allocated a certain number?
So with like Nike have different levels of releases, and then they'll be like some will be just general release, and you can have as many pairs as you want to sell. Others will be like a quick strike, and you might get 30 pairs across your whole size run, and that's what makes people go, "I need to get that shoe." So
okay, so it's a bit of a marketing thing as well.
Smart. Yeah,
you've been to London?
I have not.
Okay, there's a Nike store. I'm not sure if it's still there. It's right in the middle of Oxford Street. This is how before their day Nike were. And this is back in say 2002. You used to go into the Nike store, and you had a shoe, and you could pick any shoe that you want. It was pricey. Don't get me wrong. You could pick any shoe, like the style, and then you could select the colours and design it yourself.
Nike ID.
Yeah. Is that what it's called?
Yeah. So they do that through their online store now. Yeah.
Mate, this is 20 years ago. They were doing that.
So I had a mate come back with 2 pairs of Air Max 1s with his name on them and stuff, and I was like, "How?"
Yeah.
And he told me about that exact. Yeah, I didn't know it was that store, like that London store.
Well, it was probably everywhere, but that was
where
where I
came
saw
back from
it.
England with like a couple of pairs of like Air Max 1s that I'd never seen. And he was like, "Yeah, man, they just make them for you." Like I just went and picked them up like a week later.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, nuts.
It was. I was just shocked that you sit there and you just pick. Of course, everyone's just going Jordans. I'll have Jordans, and I'll have my name on it, and I'll have 23 on it. I'll have all this kind of stuff. So how do they go with? Because you can get a fair few of these out of China as well, can't you?
Yeah, like there's fakes of everything, but they like the stuff like basketball models specifically.
Yeah,
you probably see less fakes than you do of the Yeezys and the stuff that people are like, whatever the Kardashians are wearing that week.
What do you think of the Yeezys?
Love-hate relationship. I do have some. I do have a few pairs. I like the slides. I like the foam runners because they're ugly as shit. Don't get me wrong. They're very comfortable.
They're so expensive.
Oh yeah. So if I can't get them for retail, I don't want them. Like it's but the like there's a few pairs there that I've got that I haven't worn yet.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm a bit like,
Oh, yeah. Keep them in the box.
yeah, I keep them there, I keep them in the box, and I'm like, I'll get around to wearing this. But at the end of the day, like, the more I think, I'm like, yeah, I've got this shoe that's been in my wardrobe now for 10 years, haven't worn it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, am I going to wear this? And if I don't wear it soon, is it going to fall apart? So,
okay.
like the glue's not going to hold up forever.
Yeah.
So it's these people that just buy shoes, and just have them stacked up, never wear them. Like, I don't see the point. I do have I can't talk too much shit on them. I do have a lot of pairs, but like, it's funny. Like, just back to like that resale thing. Just the money is
Out of control.
like, man, there's just shops just popping up everywhere. Like, just full of after price sneakers. Like, it's crazy.
I saw some photos of a guy. Tell me if this was actually real. He, you know how people have wine cellars and they've got temperature controlled,
Yep.
like rooms, and they don't let light in. And this guy had one for his shoes,
That would not surprise me.
and he had these little glass boxes with his shoes on display. And yeah, it had no light coming in. Everything was controlled, the right temperature, and it was to extend the life of the shoe or something.
That wouldn't shock me at all. There's like, it's a crazy thing, man. There's people out there that are just about it. Like, that's what they do. It's their passion. Like, you know, you've got your little figures and your stuff that you love. There's people out there that just go nuts for shoes, man. And like, I like to think I've got some cool stuff and like things, but it's probably cool to me.
Yeah,
But it's like so subjective. Like,
it only matters though if it's all these.
that's it, right?
Yeah.
So like, I look at stuff and I go, damn, I love that shoe. And I'll chat to one of my mates about it and he'll go, that's probably the ugliest colour I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
And I'm like, cool, man, I'm still going to buy that. Like, I'm still going to wear that. So yeah, it's cool because it's like, and it's a bit like self-expressing and things too.
Yeah.
You know, like these days everyone wears all black. You wear some colourful shoes, you wear some Crocs, whatever you want. Like, it's cool, man. But like, yeah, I like, it is nuts to see how far, like, from when I was a kid, you could just walk into a store and buy any pair of Jordans that have released in the last couple of months.
Yeah.
Good luck. Now, like, it's not happening. So if you're not sleeping outside the store or, like, winning on, like, an online raffle or whatever, you're not getting them. Not unless you're paying crazy prices.
Because they don't sell them in your normal retail stores like your Gym Kids and your Rebel Sports.
No, so you've got to have, like, a certain level of account, like with Nike, and then the Jordan retro stuff isn't really classed as basketball footwear anymore. It's like a lifestyle shoe now. Yeah. So that's why we get a few things, but we don't get many because we're a basketball specialty.
Okay.
And that's like it, but it is very cool because we are one of the only places, if not the only place I can think of in Australia that is basketball specialty.
Yeah.
And we're one door. We're in little old Perth. We ship all around Australia. And it's just it's a cool little thing because people get to know that you're there and that's what you do and that you're passionate about it and that everyone in there knows everything about every shoe. So, like, people come in, they'll pick up a shoe, start chatting to me about it, and they're like, what's in this? I can tell them the cushioning, the tech, why it's good, what sort of foot it fits. Like, there's probably not a shoe in there I haven't put on my own foot and gone, yeah, this fits like this feels like this. So the fact that I do really love shoes and have my little collection and things going on makes it a lot cooler to work here.
Yeah.
But like, I also do kind of geek out when people come in and are like, yeah, what's this shoe? I'm like, how much time you got?
That's great though. How good is it enjoying your job?
Yeah, well that's it, right? You got to enjoy what you do. So it's been great since I got there, and like, touch wood, I'll just probably stay there forever until he kicks me out or something.
Yeah. You'd be that old grumpy guy.
I got a key to the front door now, so he's not getting rid of me that easy. So.
And these guys are sponsoring you. Jeez,
yeah. So he was, man. So yeah, because Jace has been like a family friend for so long, and
Jace is the owner.
Yeah, and like good friends with my brother and stuff who works there as well. But he just same thing, man. I just put it up on my Instagram story, and I said, "Who's keen to sponsor me for a corporate boxing event? Hit yes if you want more details."
Yeah.
Literally put it up, opened my phone up like 2 seconds later. There's a yes, I checked, it's him. I sent him a message. I was like, you messing around or you? And he's like, just let me know what you need. So
that's great.
Very lucky to have friends that own businesses and can just back me in on things.
Yeah.
Probably won't be so lucky if I don't get a win and I'll have to hear about it for the rest of my life. But yeah, so it's been good. They've both made it very easy on me. And then I think I had like a like Brad did my first payment, Jason did my second payment, and then I had like being that I don't really pay attention when I read things and stuff. Like,
you just gloss over it, mate. Just give me the general gist.
I had like the GST left to pay over. Yep. So my cousin in Melbourne, he's flying over for the flight. So I'm married into a Greek family. So I'm now a nice Greek boy. But so he's got a business over there, PCP Electrical, and he's like, I'll give you the other $500. He's like, it's a business trip for me, so I'll come over. I'll buy tickets to the fight. So 2 cousins and their partners coming over for it as well. So it should be good, man.
Your crowd, the crew that are there to support you are going to be rowdy.
Yeah, I got some good ones.
I can see it already.
I've got a table of the footy boys, which will be like Brad from HC, mate Charlie, Baden. Man, who else is even on that table? Boyley and Jesse Campo, them and all their partners.
Yep.
And they're quite a loud bunch when they have a few beers, being that they're like footy guys. Carlisle, known to be quite rowdy.
I bet you're going to be able to spot them. You won't point them out.
There's some very individual blokes there. Yeah, you'll notice them straight away. And then I've got the little family table with a couple of other friends and couples on it. And then I've got there's just a table of boys that are coming. So I've got the guys from work, and then who else on that? Darren and JJ, just a couple of other mates, and then they've got a couple more of the boys with them. And that will be like that I played basketball with when I was younger and growing up and stuff. So there'll be 2 very rowdy tables, and then I'm assuming that the table with the Greeks on it will probably be the loudest.
Oh, so, those Greeks love to get emotional and get involved. Good on them.
They love boxing, so got to make them proud.
Are you staying at the Crown?
I will be, yeah. I may never leave. You never know. If you get a win, I'll just start living it up.
You should.
You can't kick
just
me out,
rent
mate.
the
I got a fucking belt. So.
They knock on the door. Excuse me, sir. You've been here for 3 weeks. You need to pay, and then just show them the belt.
That's it.
And that's it. We'll take care
just
of
naked
it.
with the belt on. I've been there before. I've been there again. Let's go.
Just dangle it. So, here's my payment. You should be honoured to have me in here.
That's it.
That is the longest intro I think we have ever done. 58 minutes.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, mate.
I'm coming for that 3-hour title.
Don't. Please don't. This is a nightmare to edit.
Just cut out that whole middle 20 minutes there. It's about.
Time flies when you're having fun in here, mate. Tell me the reasons. Oh, it's quite odd now, actually, asking sensible questions because we've just gone off the rails. Tell me the reasons behind. You don't have to. Tell me the reasons behind your application. How about I'll throw in a Ric Flair?
I give you 2 claps and a Ric Flair.
Woo! There we go. We're back in. Tell me the reasons behind your application.
So probably 2 years ago now.
Yeah.
I get a bit upset when I talk about this, but
you don't have to talk about it, mate.
No, I love to.
Okay,
that's why I'm here. So
I'm keen to listen to this.
About 2 years ago, I got diagnosed with like adult ADHD.
Yeah.
I had no idea I had it as a kid. Like I've had it forever, but being from that generation of kids where it was like if you had ADHD, you were chewing your texture in the corner, and
like
there was like a stigma attached to it. So I just have trouble concentrating. Couldn't remember shit to save my life. Like couldn't figure anything out. Didn't think I was dumb, or I always did all right at school, enough to get by. But like then I just broke down one day to the missus. I just said, look, like I'm struggling. Like I don't know what's going on. And she just, man, bless her, she just stuck with me. She was chatted to me about it. She's like, look, let's go see someone. Let's go do this. Got in touch with a psych, and he just said, look, man, take this test home, fill it out, give this one to your parents, get them to fill it out. He's like, be as honest as you can in there. And yeah, man, I got it bad. So yeah, like, and now for the last 2 years been medicated, been able to concentrate, quality of life is just fucking gone up.
Really?
Yeah, man. So like I think I get upset when I talk about it because you get that reflection thing of, like the whole what if I had have known.
Oh,
what if I had have known as a 12-year-old that this is why I was shitty at school, or this is why I couldn't concentrate. So you get that, and like it is no one's fault. it just goes unnoticed in people, especially in boys.
Yeah.
So like you have like, we're like boys are rowdy. Boys joke around.
Yeah.
Like, you know, for the most part, you can go, oh, he's just a bit over the top. He's just a bit loud. So yeah, like just dealt with all that sort of in the last 2 years. Saw this, like been following it for a while and just saw, and I was like, I'd fucking love to try that. Like I'd just love to do something. But I can guarantee if I had have come into this prior to knowing about the ADHD and being medicated properly and stuff, like absolutely no doubt I would have not been able to stick with it. I would have got frustrated. I would have gone. They would have taught me combos. I would have been like, yeah, I'm sweet with that. I would have come back, not retained a thing, just because I used to just find it really tough because I'd learn something and I go, yep, I got that, and I could do it right there and then I could do it. Probably couldn't concentrate through the whole thing, but I could do it.
Yeah.
Go away, come back, look at it, and I was like, that fucking makes no sense. So that's my reason, man. It's like one thing I'm going to apply myself to this now for this 8-week patch and prove to myself that I can do this stuff. I can, if I want to go back and study, I can do this. Like, because I was like, you just do it, man. I just felt as a kid, not so much, like, but as an adult, I just started going, this is weird. Like, I'm a bit weird here. And it's like, yeah, man, it's a weird thing. Like, and a lot of, I don't talk about it a lot. And that's probably why I do get a little when I do. But like, the more I've spoken about it and the more I've opened up to people and you notice things in other people. Yeah. And it's not an easy thing to bring up with a mate of yours or something like, hey man, you all right? Like you feel like this and like along with ADHD comes the misdiagnosis of depression or this and that. So you give them medication that you don't need. Yeah. So I had that sort of stuff when I was younger, and then you sort of find yourself going, take this, you should steady out in 2 weeks, just keep taking it. Then you go back and see him and you go, fuck man, I feel worse. I'm fucking put on weight. I feel horrible. Yeah. Like and then going to this, like, so I did all that and I just gave up on all that, man. I was just getting on with it and just not struggling through every day, but like there's days there where you just go, fuck, I'm useless. Like, and it's just because you can't concentrate, or you go to work, you start doing a simple task and you just go, what's going on over here? And you don't get what you need done, and it affects you. Yeah. So, yeah, like I'm probably rambling on a little bit about it.
No, keep going, mate.
It's like the big thing is just from finding out, being medicated, and realizing that when I want to go do something now, I can get focused on it. I can remember, and it's like, this is something where I've just gone, fuck, I'm going to throw myself into this. I'm going to learn. I'm going to do it. And that'll be that, man. So, like, that's my main reason. Just I can finally lock into something.
Must be a relief.
Let's fucking see where it goes. Like, let's see how well I can do this. Let's fucking go for it. So, yeah, it's been really good the last, like, 2 years, because anything I've sort of put my mind to and set my mind to, I'm like, like I can do these simple fucking daily things that people do, like keep a calendar and be on time. So like it's been weird, and it was like it was a stressful time too, because when I found out, it was like kind of in the lead up to our wedding and stuff. So I was like, fuck, how's this gonna go? Yeah. But like, don't regret a single thing prior to finding out, but would love to have known when I was a kid. But hindsight's a great thing, isn't it? So, yeah. So, like, long story short, man, that's the reason. Like, let's fucking focus on something for once and see what we can do. Let's see what we can achieve. So, it's cool.
It's still, unfortunately, and it's tragic, it still has a little bit of a stigma attached to it.
Massively. Because of what you are prescribed. Yeah. People go, like, people are trying to get prescribed with it so they can get the Vyvanse and the dexamphetamines and things like that. It literally, obviously, I've seen people on those substances before, whether it be legal, illegal, whatever. I don't get that high. I get up every morning, I take that tablet, and I'm just cool all day. It just balances me out.
No side effects or anything?
Nah. So when I first started taking it, like, it just, I just wouldn't eat a bit. Like I'd just almost forget to eat because it's appetite suppressant.
Yeah.
And then I just realized, I was like, fuck, it's 2 o'clock now, I haven't eaten. Then I'd binge eat and stuff. So it took me a while to get like regulated to it. But now, man, it's just a part of my daily routine and everything just runs smooth and it's good. So
Beautiful.
like, yeah, but it's like, fucking Debbie Downer over here getting everyone.
No.
But like,
God, no, definitely not,
but yeah,
mate.
you know, like, so it's been really cool to find it out. And like, I don't really talk. Like, there'll be mates of mine that listen to this and go, fuck, all right, you've got that. Cool. But like, I don't go and like generally don't go out and advertise to everyone that like, look, man, you know, this is what's up with me or whatever. Because, you know, like everyone's dealing with their own shit at the end of the day. So like, yeah, it's just, for me, I guess it's everything's come together at age fucking 34, like 2 years ago, to go bang, bang, bang. Like, look at you, man. You can do this stuff. Mentally, I'm better. Like, physically, I'm better. So, like, now at 36, I'm like, let's jump in this fucking boxing ring. Let's do it. Let's get the fuck out of there and just retire from all sports. So
Undefeated.
Yeah, man. No, hopefully. So yeah, like it's been a ride, man. But like it's been super like eye opening, and anyone that if there's anyone out there that needs to ask a question or wants to know anything, fucking hit me up.
Yeah.
Open book about it if you need to know anything. But like, yeah, it's a relief now because it's not. I'm not struggling day to day anymore to do that little shit that everyone just takes for granted that they can do. Yeah. But yeah, man, it's cool. I've learned a lot.
The fact that it did take you to be in your 30s to be diagnosed.
To realise as well, though.
Yeah.
To actually go, there's something wrong. Like I'm not feeling normal. I'm not achieving these things that people are achieving. So like it's one big thing with it is you can be quite careless and stuff. So obviously you'll buy something you don't need, or you'll just do something and then you think back and you go, shouldn't have done that, or you find it hard to regulate your emotions and shit like that too. So I did used to have quite a short temper.
Yeah.
Fucking nothing bothers me anymore, man. Like,
really?
Yeah, man. So like and I used to get really, if someone said something that was like slightly, I thought, is he fucking having a go here? Like, you know, I'd fire up like bang instantly, and then that's where my quality of life's gotten better, because it's now like people will say some shit to me, I'm like, cool, like, whatever, man. Like, I don't care anymore. It's definitely improved my quality of life and stuff, and yeah, man, I don't know. I'm just getting on with it now and doing my thing.
Beautiful.
Yeah, man.
Because I suppose when I was at school, I know that the only kids, well, I don't even think they even talked about someone having ADHD. But if anyone was supposedly had it, it was the boy that was throwing the chair and just absolutely out of control.
Yeah, man.
Think about the amount of girls who have struggled with it.
Yeah.
And have never been diagnosed, because girls don't get it, apparently.
Well, yeah, that's it, right? Sure, that's believable. But the like the big thing, I think it's like 1 in 20 people have it.
Yeah,
it's a high percentage of boys, I'm pretty sure. But like that could literally be because they're not looking for it as actively in girls. Mm-hmm. And it's like, to me, man, I remember I went to school with a kid that had ADHD, and he was wild. Like. But he was cool, man. I liked him. Like, I was like, this dude's like, but people sort of, you would hear like teachers talk about him or parents talk about this kid. And like, like, as a kid, you don't understand it at all. But then like, the more I think back now, I probably liked him because I was doing the same shit. Like, I was like, that little like rowdy kid that was always joking around and making fun of everything and whatever. And that's like, you get away with it a bit more as a kid.
Yeah.
As an adult, when someone's trying to have a conversation with you and you talk over them and you find it hard to just engage in a convo. Yeah. Like 2 years ago, man, I couldn't do this with you. Like, I couldn't sit here. There's no way. Like, and then, so yeah, it's just like gradually just learn all this shit about myself and gone, cool, man. Like, I have this. I'm going to live with it. Just get on with it, man. Do my thing. So it's been good. But, like, along with the ADHD comes fucking crazy anxiety. Like, probably, like, you would probably know, like, I've been pretty comfortable since I got here.
Yeah.
Fuck, I didn't sleep last night, man. You know,
Because you're coming in here.
Fucking so anxious, man.
Coming in here.
Yeah, man.
With me.
Yeah, man. Like, you're a big deal, man. But
No, I'm not.
but yeah, like, so it's all these little things that come along with it, and like, so I always knew I had the anxiety part of it and everything, like, real bad. Like, man, there's times where I've been at home, and it'll be something as simple as I've got footy. I've got to go play footy. It's Saturday morning, and I'm like physically feeling sick to go and do something I love doing. Right? I know I can do it. It's no, but I'm like physically have to like get myself and go, just fucking go. You get in the car, you go there, man. There's probably not a footy game I ever played in my life I didn't spew up before, like just from the
nerves,
anxious energy. Yeah. So like we, be eating the red frogs and stuff like you do before you play sport or whatever, and then coach would be having his speech and you just hear in the back like, and then Trent's back in there again. So yeah, like it's all this shit that comes along with it that I had for so long, but everyone was like, oh, you're anxious. Take this when you get anxious. Mm-hmm. Then you're fucked for like 5 hours, man.
Oh, yeah.
Like, take this and you fucking zonked for like 5 hours. So this isn't a fix.
No.
Like, it's a fix at the time.
Temporary.
But the next day I feel the same. So like, and all that stuff has calmed down a lot. Like I still struggle to regulate my sleep and stuff, which is a big thing on it because your brain's just firing.
Yeah.
And like, I'm probably laying in bed last night going like, I wonder what he's going to ask me. But you've sent me the list of questions.
Oh, yeah.
I fucking know what you're going to ask me.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, I probably won't even ask you these questions.
Yeah.
We'll talk about other
Yeah,
stuff.
man. No, this is Spaceman over here. Like, yeah, so it's been like a massive learning curve, man. But like the big takeaway from it, like I think, and if me talking about it today, like helps one person.
No, you're helping me.
Sick. Like I'm so happy with that, So it's, I don't think I could ever be an advocate for this shit or anything like that because I don't want to read any more about it. I've read enough about it. I tried it when they told me like, yeah, you've got this. I just read stuff and just burnt myself out. I was like, fuck, look at all these things that are wrong with me. Like, but realistically, man, it might only be like 3 or 4 of the things that I really have severely. So yeah, it's been good, man. But like the anxiety part of it sucks because I know everyone gets anxiety about all sorts of stuff. Like everyone on some level experiences it, like whether it's like crippling anxiety or whether it's just like, you're a little bit nervous to go and do something. But yeah, it's like a big deal. I'm very passionate about it. Like the mental health thing. Like I think like the Are You Okay Day thing is a fucking joke. Like we need to make that daily.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck having that one day a year. Let's do that 365 days a year. Let's add another day onto the end of the year just so we can do it some more.
Yeah.
Like so that thing, like that bothers me when I see those posts. Like I see that one day a year, everyone's like, Are you okay day? It's a yellow and black tile. Are you okay? And a smiley face. And it's like, fucking normalize this shit. Like, let's normalize this.
Oh, yeah.
So then people, if there's a guy who can find out 2 years earlier than I did, fuck it, awesome. He's going to have 2 years better quality of life. Like yeah. And like, I have no childhood trauma. I had a fucking excellent upbringing. Mum and dad are still together. Perfect little family thing. It just affects random people. There's no history of this in my family.
Did it come on a bit stronger as you got older, do you feel?
100%. Yeah. I think I just became more, like how do you put that? Like more aware that I was just fucking up a lot. And I would like do things just and think back, like literally do something. And then 2 seconds later go, why the fuck did I do that? Or why did I break that? Like why did I just feel the need to push that bottle over? Like it was little things, man. And then like it was like it's a destructive sort of thing. So you do something, you lose your temper for a sec, you yell at someone, you swear at something, whatever. Like things like you shouldn't be doing. Like as just a human, like just being a good human. So you lose your temper at someone that doesn't deserve it, and then you feel fucking guilty.
Oh, yeah, the guilt.
Yeah, so that was like a big thing that led up to. Like I was just short with people, and like I just like took myself out of social situations for a bit. Like in the early 30s, I was like, I don't fucking want to go anywhere. I don't want to see these people. Like, and it was like, this is people I fucking love with all my heart, but I just wouldn't show up. I'll be there. Yeah, I'll be there. Fuck no. So like, it was that sort of stuff that led me to go like, there's something wrong with you. Like, why don't you want to go and enjoy these milestones with people and do these things with people? And then I went, I'm fucking not okay.
It's become a bit of a recluse.
Yeah. And then I, like, from there, like, and it was probably really hard, like, on my missus, like, 'cause she's a social person and she loves her friend group and loves, like, has just taken my whole fucking friend group on as well, sorts all that out for me. So, like, it was probably really tough on her for a bit. And, like, she fucking stuck with me, still sticking with me.
Beautiful.
Still decided to marry me somehow. So, yeah, but it's a big thing, man. And I don't think that there can ever be enough conversation about mental health, especially in adults. Like, kids, yeah, man. Like, I feel like parents notice things a bit more with kids now because it's like, it's so much more, like, acceptable to have something wrong with you. So, but the more we talk about it as adults, the more we normalise it, the fucking better off we're all going to be. So, yeah, it's been a journey, man. But yeah.
How long after you were diagnosed did you start feeling better?
To be honest, as soon as you start taking the medication and it gets into your system, regulates, and it's every day. So I take one a day.
Yeah.
Some people get ones where they take it only when they feel they're sort of going a bit off track, and it can focus them. Like it's like a D5 or whatever it's called, and that's the one that people fucking abuse.
Yeah.
Like, but I have one. It's a slow release tablet. It's 60 mil. I take it every morning, and it's probably a week into it. I went, I'm all right here. Like, I'm a bit more focused. I'm concentrating. I just read that and remembered it.
Yeah.
Which is like, I've read countless fucking books. Couldn't tell you what a single page said, you know? But if I read them now, probably retain it a bit more. But it was that sort of stuff that I realised after sort of a week, 2 weeks of taking it and going, I'm doing better here. Like, and it might be just a mindset thing as well. Yeah. But it definitely, if I forget to take it, I fucking know about it.
Oh, even a day?
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's crazy. Like, I'll leave the house in the morning and I'll go, shit, like, I fucking forgot my med. So if I'm too far from home, that's it. I just deal with it for the day. But then if I'm not too far, I'll turn around and make myself 10 minutes late wherever I got to be, just so I can have that and feel better. Like, it's, yeah. I can understand why some people abuse it because they get high out of it. I don't get a high. I get a
level.
Good level, yeah. So it just brings me to focus and to be able to sit down and chat and do things and not be sitting here with you now and then, you know, start picking up the stickers and peeling the back of it and ignoring you while you're talking to me. So it's yeah. It was a strange thing to get used to, but now that I'm used to it, it's quality of life is just up.
That's great.
Yeah, man.
I did have a young lady in here for the last PCR who is a sort of similar situation. She mentioned that it's almost like the day that she was diagnosed with it, she started feeling better almost on the day because you finally have an answer to this.
It's a weight off, man.
Oh, yeah. And everyone's been supportive?
Yeah,
family and friends?
100%, yeah. So, like I said, like, I don't tell everyone, and I just mention it in passing sometimes, and people go, what? And I'm like, oh, yeah, you don't know? Yeah. So, like, everyone's been super supportive of it, man. So, like, like, obviously, the person I see the most every day is my wife. Yeah. And, like, if you asked her, she would 100% go, he is better off for this. Which, like, is all that matters to me is that I'm doing the right thing in my home situation. And, obviously, the rest of my family and friends group matter. Yeah. But I do not think she would still be with me if I was still fucking who I was
off the rails
2-3 years ago. Yeah.
She sounds like she's pretty supportive.
She's cool, man. She's very cool.
She's good. Yeah. See, there are some good ones out there. Yeah, there's some crazy ones out there. I've had a couple in here last week. No, I'm lucky, man. I'm in the same boat. I got a good wife. So.
Yeah, that's it.
Who knows how to build fences? So
That's it.
she's handy.
That's it. I don't think mine know how to build a fence, but
All right. Whew. How are we feeling?
I'm good, man.
You all right?
Yeah,
You all right to keep going?
100%. Yeah.
Beautiful. Let's get back in this PCR. Hour 43.
Yeah, fuck. That's probably, I was looking at the questions where I was like, that's probably the fucking hardest shit I've got to answer anyway. Because that's, yeah.
We're up to question 3.
Are we actually?
Have you,
Quick answer? No.
all right, let's try to get back into this.
Let's do it. Want to just talk about wrestling some more?
I do. That's the thing. That's all I want to talk about now. I should have got those figures out. That's great. All right. So is this going to be your first PCR event?
100%, yeah.
Have you seen any of the footage?
I have. And it looks incredible. Yeah.
It's
like I said, like I've been following it for a while and seeing it. And I think I applied, man. I applied a while ago now, but
A lot of applicants.
yeah. So like, I'm not sure how they shorten that list up and stuff, but like I got one email saying I'd missed out, I think on the last one, but was in consideration for the next.
Yeah.
And I went, cool, man. And then I didn't really think about it much anymore, the fact that I'd applied. And then I just got hit with you're fucking in. So I was like, oh, we're on. Let's go.
Beautiful.
But yeah, never been to one, but wanted to go to the last one, but actually had something on the same night.
Okay.
So was going to go and support one of the boys that were at that I know. So.
Who's that?
Tommy Humble, the Moose.
The Moose.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
The
love
Moose.
that guy.
He fought Paul Onofaro?
Yeah.
He did.
That was his first one, maybe? He fought Justin Tate at the last one.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
Justin Tate. Of course, I got the program right here. He did.
But he's done it. Tommy's done it twice.
He did.
Yeah.
He did it 2020.
Yep.
And that's where he lost. Well, that's right. He Justin the Tank Tate. That's it. That was a good night. That was great. There was some quality boxing going on that night.
Got
mate.
his hand raised, so he was pretty happy.
He's got the belt?
Yeah.
Oh,
He's got the strap, mate.
Have you seen that?
He has sent me a few selfies with the strap too.
Oh, sorry, the strap. That's what we're going to call it. Have you seen those cardboard cutouts?
Yeah.
Just a word of advice. Get someone at some point before the final fight.
Yep.
Get someone to grab it and put it in your room.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, because they go missing. Some of them, and then they'll just pop up in the most random
I'm a good-looking
spots.
guy too, so I'll probably take that one pretty quick.
What you will see, right, is they're all life size as you go in, except for Glenn and Nige at the front. Oh yeah. I didn't know when did you become 6'6", Glenn? It's a massive photo of Glenn. Nice. It's going to be it's a great event.
Yeah. It looks like they just put a little video package together the other day, and I watched it and I was like, "Fuck, I'm going to be a part of this.
Yeah,
like this is awesome. Like, and it is really cool to know that like." Growing up like a little wrestling fan and like I like to watch boxing and stuff, and I've never really understood what's going on in the ring and what they're doing. I just like watching people fight each other. But like growing up, like I see these entrances that these guys are doing. I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna feel like a superstar. You know, like
your entrance is going to be something else.
So we're like, I'm so overwhelmed with like, what am I doing?
Ideas,
here? Like,
many.
There's so much music I love, and there's so many things I want to do. But I'm like, I'll probably walk out there and be like,
nah, you won't, mate. You got the hype team
dead
there.
stiff.
It's. I can honestly say that the promo videos don't do it justice.
Yeah, which is nuts because those videos are awesome.
They are good. They're very good. But it's weird. It's from just the buzz. You walk in, and the thing that surprised me was there's often some other things going on. Like there's a year 12 ball or something going on.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Like as in next to it or some other part of the towers, and everyone is focused on
what's going on in that.
Because they do it. You can see it from the second you step inside the towers there. You know it's on.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's going to be great.
Cool.
They do make you out to be rock stars. They do well.
Cool.
In front of 2,000 people. Debuting in front of 2,000.
Yeah, it's not bad, eh? Yeah. I can't say I've ever done anything in front of that many people before. Man, probably most people I've ever played foot in front was about 50 because I wasn't very good. But like,
and they get rowdy.
Yeah, they get rowdy. And then I can imagine probably like I played in a footy grand final a few years ago, and that crowd was rowdy.
Yeah.
But when you look around, it's probably 500 people there max. Yeah. You know, so I can imagine but that's an open space too. So I can imagine being in this, like the ballroom there and the arena there, like. It's going to be cool, man.
It's good that
you never know how you'll handle that until you're in it either. So
the pressure.
Yeah, it's very cool.
The fact that you guys get to go in there early on in the day.
Have a look.
Yeah, just get used to it.
Yeah.
Just get used to it.
Drink it in.
Just drink it in.
man.
Just enjoy this process, mate. Have you got any connections to any of the? You said your mates with Tommy Humble.
Yeah, so Tommy Humble, Amy Pat. So I think she did the first one that Tom did as well. So
Yeah.
she was housemates with my missus.
Okay.
Like when I first got with my missus. So yeah, like I call her Project Pat. But yeah, she's cool, man. I love Amy. So I spoke to her about this after she did it. And
She did the convention centre from memory.
I think so. It was, yeah. So, and then she was like 100%. She's like, you will not regret it.
Yeah.
She's like, it's hard. She's like, be prepared for it. She's like, but do it.
Even the people that don't come out on top, still no regrets.
Yeah.
Love it.
100%, which is cool. It's
Which
cool to
is
know that because
incredible.
it'd be so easy to be disappointed by putting in all this work and busting your ass 4 times, 5 times, 6 times a week. How many times you're training there and away from there?
Yeah.
Like it's easy to think like I'm gonna be disappointed if I don't get what I want out of this, but like at the same time I feel like there's not a lot of people who actually get to do this.
No.
So just that in itself, I think when it's all over and said and done, win, lose, draw, whatever, I feel like you'll just go, that was cool, and I was a part of it,
Yeah.
and you'll be proud of yourself. So
I think it's not the actual boxing bout itself is one thing, but it's how it changes your life. I think that's the key. Like
Yeah.
people think it's all about this one event. It's not. It just changes.
Yeah.
It changes your friendship groups. It changes the way you feel about yourself,
Yeah.
fitness, the way you look. So I think it's great.
Yeah.
I've always said I'd never do it. I don't
you
know.
getting the itch? You getting sitting here with me getting the itch?
I
right now?
have. You are having you had just a bad influence on me today. I'm thinking maybe get some deep
Shoulders
deep
are
heat.
looking loose
I
right
know,
there. It's ready
I
to
know.
go.
Please get some Everlast headgear. Get the Gobsmacked Mouthguard.
I love it.
Have you got any boxing experience prior to this?
No. So like I said, like when I found out I was going to be doing it, I went to Jacob at El Toro and was like, look, man, I'm going to come here in the mornings. I'm going to do the fitness classes with you just to feel it out. He's
Yeah.
so he's just on King Street in the city, but he's cool, man. Great dude. So like, and when I told him like, look, I'm doing this, he went, sweet, man, I'll teach you the basics. And he's like, and when you go over there, at least you'll be comfortable.
Oh yeah.
So like I went in, did like a couple of sessions with him, started doing the fitness classes and stuff with him just to get the reps in. And like, you don't understand how much your shoulders can hurt until you've punched the crap out of a boxing bag for 2 minutes straight.
Those muscles that you didn't know you had.
Man, crazy. So like it was cool. So it's very limited, the boxing experience I do have, but it's also, I'm thankful that I did that little bit beforehand.
Yeah.
And like was like constantly going there 2-3 times a week and just getting the reps in so that when I walked into Anarchy, I wasn't like, all right, how do I use these?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
So like
stiff.
everyone sort of thinks, I could throw a punch. But when they actually teach you what's going on and what the hips should be doing and where the feet should be, you snap them off pretty well. So like it's been very cool getting my basics down and then walking in there and these guys going, all right, now you're doing this well, but let's do this. So it's been really good. So my experience is super limited, but not brand new.
You got some pretty fine teachers there as well.
Man.
Not just Glenn and Nige. You got
No.
Chris who knows how to go. Ben,
Yeah, man.
spot
So
on.
Those two guys are endless fucking fountains of just knowledge.
Yeah.
As well as like you got Nige and Glenn clearly just know what's up with it. And
Yeah.
they can just show you shit. And you watch them show stuff to the class and I'm like, no, I do not look like that when I do it.
Yeah.
Like they let the hands go and you go,
So smooth, aren't
yeah,
they?
man. I'm like,
Balanced.
they look cool when they do it.
Oh,
Like,
you got to look cool. That's
yeah,
a
man,
big
they
thing.
look cool when they do it, and they're just like ba ba ba, and you're like, all right, cool. So that's what, and then you'll be doing pad work or whatever, and like Chris will come around, and he'll be like, hey man, when you're doing that, let's open the shoulders up, let's do this, let's move that back foot back, and then they'll hang out with you until you get it right.
Yeah.
Before they leave, like they won't just say it to you and walk off.
Yeah.
They want to see you get it right, which is awesome. And then like Coach Keem, he's great, man. I just have little chats with him all the time. He's a cool guy. So like I just go to him with a question. I'm like, hey man, when I'm doing this, is this right? I show him and he's like, yep, do this, move this foot, don't over rotate, whatever it is, just little things. And that's like, everyone there is so good for it and just so into helping you.
Yeah.
Which is everything you need. Because a boxing gym could be a daunting place for anyone who's never been in one.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the first time you go, you might go, geez, what's going to happen to me in here?
Yeah.
But like you go in and these guys want to see you do it and do it the right way and be safe and not hurt yourself and you know, like everything's controlled and really good. And so even when I go to like the fitness class in the morning at, like if I can't make the Saturday session, I go the Friday morning, even the guys in the class that you work with, like that are just there for the fitness class. And I think I was down there the other Friday with Marco, I think did this PCR.
Marco Pham?
Yeah.
He did?
And he just helped me so much, man, in like the 45-minute class. And after he stayed and he was chatting to me about it, he's like, practice this, do this, like this, you did this well, but try this. So like, it's a really cool experience. And for anyone that's never done it and wants to do it, get down to Anarchy, like for those classes, because it's way more like welcoming and accepting than you might think like a place where you go and fight people would be.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's a cool thing. It's very, very cool. It's a little community, which I'm finding like I'm just slotting into, which is good.
Some strong personalities, but doesn't have the egos that you'd expect from a boxing gym.
Yeah. Which is the cool thing as well, because like you could go into a boxing gym and they could beat the crap out of you and you never go back.
Yeah.
So the fact that these guys spend the time with you and get it right is just awesome. So like shout out to them for doing it too, because it must be frustrating with some of the stuff like we're doing there. They must look at us and go, what has this guy done his whole life? Can you clap? Can you like clap your hands? Like, so like you just
And a Ric Flair.
woo! But yeah, so
I'm going to use that button today, mate.
but yeah, it's great, man. Good coaches.
That's great. Any injuries you're supporting besides that eye?
Nah, just the eye. Nah, not really. Like I think just 36 is an injury in itself. Like you just walk around sore, don't you? Yeah. Had to one up me there.
Sorry.
One down for you.
I didn't realise it was a competition.
But yeah, like something's always sore. No matter what you're doing, something's always going to be sore. Like especially like you do the Saturday session, you do the Sunday session, you're sore Sunday morning. You don't want to get out of bed, but you do.
But that's good because you know you've worked.
Yeah. That's it.
If you weren't sore, you'd be thinking, geez, I should have probably done more.
Am I? Yeah, and you might get a little bit ahead of yourself too. You might go, yeah, I feel good today. And you get humbled real quick.
Oh, so. You would in there. Have you always been into fitness? Have you always been a fit person?
Played as a kid. It was always just basketball, any school sport I could do because it would get me out of school. Okay. So like, it was like, we have, inter-school soccer and you get to leave at 2 o'clock. And I was like, yeah, whatever, man. I'll go, which bus? Like, so yeah, like that, like, but school, like every school sport I could get my hands on. I went to Belmont, so it was like pretty limited. Yeah. Like, not a lot of equipment at Belmont High School. Yeah. Might have changed now. Like, I could ask Amy Pat. She's a phys ed teacher there. But so it was like always sport. Like basketball was my big one as a kid. Like, loved it. Never grew over this height, so never was any good.
Muggsy Bogues?
He's better than me. So yeah, so yeah, like, and then from that, like a bit of footy, but never really went to the gym until probably 4 or 5 years ago. Because I like what I was doing for work, like crawling around in roofs and shit. It was so physical, and I just don't want to go and lift something heavy. I've just carried an aircon around for the full day. Yeah. So like, yeah, never was really into it. But then in the last 4 or 5 years, and like, got into that thing of get up in a routine, go to the gym, back playing footy, which I gave up 2 years ago, I think now, the footy. And then it's never been like a major thing in my life. I don't live like that, have to go work out, be fit lifestyle.
Not a CrossFitter or anything. You're not going to have your shirt off doing strange looking chin-ups each day?
Nah, yeah. I don't get that. I do love the fail videos though. But yeah, so it's I love sport because I like watching it, and I've always been into sports and stuff. So I've always been around it and that, but like never religious about anything other than when I was a kid, and all I wanted to do was just play basketball. I still skateboard a bit now, which is cool. So like the boys down to be on skate on a Thursday night, or the oldies get down there and have a little skate, which is cool, man. So that's about it though. So yeah,
it seems like you're involved in things that have got like good cultures as well.
Yeah, it's like. So I played basketball as a kid, and then I went back and coached a few years ago, like coached juniors, and that was rewarding and frustrating.
No, yeah.
and sports parents suck. Like,
how competitive did the parents get?
man,
Jesus, you tried junior soccer.
it's crazy. So
Madness.
the number one thing like a kid should never come to you with is my mum said. I don't give a fuck. I can't say that to you because you're 14, but like I don't care what she said.
Oh, the mum.
But yeah, like it's
Just tell mum to get back in that Range Rover.
yeah, that's it, right? Yeah, it's raining out here. Get back in the car. But like it's that was cool, and I did that for a few years, and then that led to me getting back into like a competitive mindset. Like I think I coached under 18s and then under 16s. And the 18s is super competitive at that age.
Yeah.
That's where like I was coaching 18s boys, and they realised right there and then that like you can be physical and you can throw your body around, you can play sport and you can play it hard.
Yeah.
So like I found that great because like it was right on this cusp of like boys becoming like men and realising that like they want to take this shit seriously and they want to learn. And man, I had two of the best teams I've ever been a part of as a coach. So, like, that was awesome. And then that just lit this fire in me. And Higo from HC Urban just hit me up and he goes, look, man, I'm starting up a thirds team at Carlisle. Come back for a kick. And I went, yep, let's do it.
Nice.
So, yeah, went back, man. I think the first year we were down there, won a flag, which was good. So, I'd never won a footy on. So, that was going to tick that off the list. And then I just kept going back for the punishment for a couple more years after that and being sore every week and whatever. And then that was it. I gave that up, and then I was doing nothing, to be honest, other than going to the gym, doing nothing. So it was this will be it for me. This is my big farewell to competitive shit. So like, I say that now, who knows? But like that's what I told my missus for her to let me do this anyway. This is the last one, babe, promise.
Okay.
So
It's going to be a bit different because even though you do have you're going to have a team behind you, it still is considered a
super individual.
Yeah, when you're in that ring, no one can help you. You can't hear a thing.
Yeah, well, that's it, right? Like, I know you've got your guys in the corner that'll be like, do this. You go, Trent, do this. I'm not going to hear that.
No.
I'm not going to hear people cheering for me.
You'll hear that with your crew.
I'm literally just going to be there going, oh, yeah, he's punching me. Like,
have you been hit? Like, obviously that one in the eye, but have you really been hit?
I'm not sure if this was my own glove.
Yeah.
Like I just wasn't tight enough in the guard and popped myself. Or if Nige was actually showing one of the other guys like what goes wrong when you duck your head.
Oh, okay.
And he was like, Trent, duck your head. So I ducked my head and I was sort of just leaning over, gloves up but kind of soft.
Yeah.
Nige just whipped an uppercut in there and bump. So the glove just ricocheted off the head.
How did you find it?
It was all right. But like...
More a shock than pain?
I didn't... When it happened, I didn't really realise, and then I took the headguard off and someone went, you have a massive black eye.
I did see the photos.
And I went,
there.
Cool, all right, that's what that feels like. So I'm no stranger.
You're wearing
it
proud. You do. Oh, yeah, you do.
A bit of eyeshadow. But the
really brings out your eyes.
Yeah, I'm no stranger to a black eye or a blood nose or putting my head where it shouldn't go. So like I had like a few head knocks and stuff when I played footy.
Yeah.
And like that's kind of what stopped me playing. But like went and spoke to people afterwards and that, and the last one I got, the doctor just walked in and went, no more contact sports.
Yeah.
And I fucking went, shit, what do I do now? So heard that, accepted it from that doctor, and then was upset by it, went out, spoke to other people, and they went, look, man, you're fine. Everything works fine. You've had this checks for immediate damage and things like that, which is all they can really check for.
Yeah.
So go do what you want. So I was like, fuck it, let's box. So it's obviously it will worry some people.
Yeah.
Obviously, like my mum fucking is terrified of it.
I was going to ask you how your parents feel.
My dad's pretty cool. So he's like, makes fun of me. He's like, don't get beat up. Like, but if you do, don't shame me. But like, it's all in good fun. But like, mum, I said to them, do you just want to come? And I think dad was like on the fence, like, yeah, I'll probably come. And mum was like, no, I don't even want to see it. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to know anything about it. I said, all right, cool. So yeah, but she didn't even like watching me play footy because like, I guess as your mum, they see get knocked over and like just having the personality I have, I was always wrestling someone on the floor or shaking someone by their jersey or being shaken by my jersey.
Yeah.
So yeah, she used to just come to footy, and after footy, I'd just get yapped at by her.
Oh, okay.
Did you have to fight that guy in the third quarter? I was like, man, it wasn't a fight, it was a wrestle. Like,
wrestles are fun.
Yeah. So she's like, but there's no need for us. So probably best to leave mums at home for this one.
So your dad's going to be there on the night?
So he ended up, like I just put it out that I had 20 tickets, and they went flying. So I bought another table, and that went flying. And then if anyone pulls out, Dad said he'll come. But he's not one for getting dressed up and going to a wedding.
Black tie.
The only 2 times I've ever seen my dad in a suit was probably my brother's wedding and my wedding. So he's he'd probably definitely go. Like, and I'll probably ask around if someone's got a spare ticket or something down the track. I feel like he'll get that little bit of FOMO and go, you know what, I actually do want to go and watch this. Yeah. So I'll just wait a while and open it back up to him and see what he says. But I think for now he's supporting mum's side of it a little more than my side.
You gotta pick your battles.
Pick your battles when you live with them, mate. There's those two and 2 dogs that don't shut up at that house. So he's got to pick his battle there.
Is your wife coming?
Yeah, 100%. Oh. She is so excited.
Is she vocal?
Yeah, she is. Like, I think, like anything, if someone you know is doing something, you're into it. Like, 100%. You're like, let's do this. So
I'm out of control.
Yeah?
Like, honestly,
this.
I know, it's terrible.
No, it's not. It's awesome.
No, my wife comes with me. And she just sits with me, and she's great, but she knows not to talk to me while the fight's on.
Yep.
And I don't mean to be rude, but I cannot believe how invested I get into these fights.
That's awesome.
I get cold.
Yeah.
It's weird. Like, I just don't touch. And the woman's, would you like another drink? No, thanks. I'm fine.
Yeah.
And just keep watching.
See, that's awesome, though. That's cool. But it is cool for you, too, because you do get, like, we get access to this with you, which is awesome that you donate your time to this and that you're like, yeah, man, I want to be a part of this in some way. And, like, it's cool because you probably have these connections with people here and you talk to people and you go, yeah, I do want to see him win. And there's probably people that come in here and you go, I do want to see him lose.
I haven't.
You've never had that feeling?
Mate, I'd be honest. Before there was someone that came in last time. I'll name her. I don't care. This girl, Jess Allen, she came in for the last one. I'll speak openly, right? And I do a bit of research on everyone, and I just thought, this girl's going to be painful. And I just thought, no, it's still got to show them respect to come in here. And I don't hope anyone loses, but I just thought this one's going to be tough. And she sat down here and talked to us for a couple of hours.
Yeah.
She was spot on. Completely different to what I thought.
To what you like the picture you got.
Yeah.
Which is huge. Like, social media is a powerful thing. Like, if that's your access to someone.
Yeah, she got to clean up that social media. It makes her look like a clown. But no, but it is especially with this one because there's about 20 of you guys coming in now.
Yep.
And we're running out of time. Normally I don't have. Like, it's just by luck. I've interviewed one side. Side of the fights.
Yep.
But last time it happened, like, I had both Courtney and Megan in here. And they're the ones I probably find the hardest because I go, I don't want to see either of these people
have
lose.
Connections with both.
Yeah. So, but I get right into it. I know this one. I'm going to be out of control.
Yeah,
this one.
That's cool.
Have to calm me down.
It's a cool group of people. Like, everyone I've met, like, is there. Everyone's cool. Everyone helps each other for now. Like, I guess when we get split up, it'd be like, like, fuck that side or whatever. But, like, it's been very cool. Like, I've super, like, enjoyed getting to know, like, in the limited time that we have had together and stuff. And, like, you get to work with different people. So you work out together, and then afterwards when you're sitting down with that 5-10 minutes and you're packing your things up and you're cooling down, you chat to them, you just find out little things about everyone and what they do and what makes them tick. And it's cool. Like, I feel like the relationships from something like this will move on in life, and you'll have them down the track.
Oh yeah,
and you'll see these people outside of this.
I do see them, and we're still mates. Yeah, it's great.
And I just find that really, like, cool. And it's, I might have to fight one of these dudes that I'm friends with down here. Like, I'm chatting to guys. I like you, man. I might have to fight this guy in 36 days. I think you said it was. So, like, that's weird as well, but it's cool, man. It's a great thing, and I think, like, how do you say it? Like, there's no one down there right now where I'm just like, fuck this guy or whatever. Like, everyone's been really cool.
I think once they separate you, into the two teams. Have you guys been separated yet?
Not yet. No.
What they do is they don't get you to obviously hate your opponent, but I think that's when they will really focus on being able to separate any relationship for that time, and then afterwards, there's people that have fought that are best of mates afterwards. And I think that's another thing that they're going to be teaching you to do, because it would be hard to go in there and fight.
100%.
Fight one of your mates.
Like someone that you go, I like this person.
Yeah. I
Makes
can't
it
hit
very
this
hard
person.
to punch them in the face. Yeah.
How are you going with eating, drinking, not eating, eating and drinking? How's that going with you?
Well, I'm not a big drinker anyway. I don't drink much. I think I drank prior to. I can't remember the last drink I had before my wedding last year, which is November 6th. So this is the eve of my wedding anniversary.
It is too.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's why you're kicking on a couple of nights in the Crown?
We'll hang around there for a bit, I think. And then the last time I drank was one of my best mates' weddings, which was 4 or 5 months ago over on the Gold Coast. And like, I don't just hammer them either. I just don't. I feel sick when I drink beer and stuff. So like, I'll have a couple, and that's it. But like so the drinking part is not bothering me. I could go without one happily for the rest of my life. But the the food thing, I love a burger, man, and I love it.
You're quite lean though.
Yeah, I don't know where it goes, but I definitely got a good metabolism. But I love a burger, man. I love a meat box. I love all that greasy shit. But when I need to, when I was playing footy and that, and I was in season, I'd eat that bit better, and because you do feel better and your energy levels are better and stuff. So at the moment, it's just, I feel like I'm constantly prepping food. Yeah. And so when I come home, it's there. Like I come home from boxing, it's there in the fridge.
So you're not snacking.
Yeah, because that's a big one,
boxes.
Man. Yeah, you should see me go on one of them. Far out. But and I love chocolate. I love ice cream. I love candy. I love all that stuff. So not having it in the house is a big help. Yeah. And then, so it's, man, I just make a pot of curry or something and 2 nights dinner there. And the missus loves it too. She's like, she didn't have to cook. So she comes home and all the food's just there, and it's like, eat what you want. It's all there. When it runs out, start over. But yeah, so the food thing, definitely probably the best I've eaten in a while. Yeah. And I'm making sure I'm not overeating and stuff too, because I think we got to be within it 3 or 4 kilos.
Yeah, 3 kilos I heard. Yeah.
Which is I think when I first signed up to do it, I was probably weighing about 78. Yeah. And that was straight after a footy season. And then now I think I'm walking around about 72. Every day. So no doubt I'll probably lose a little bit more before the fight, just with the amount we're doing. Yeah. But yeah, the food thing, it only bothers me when I see someone else having something I really want. Or I'll open Instagram and there'll be a picture of a burger and I'll go, yeah, man, I can't have that. Yeah. But yeah, so even me and the missus, we only live just in Highgate, so we don't mind getting down to Boat Street or into the city for dinner and that.
Oh, there's a few of them down there.
Yeah, so we'll go in somewhere for dinner now, and I actually sit there and look at the menu and go, I think I'll just have steak and vegetables. Cool. So yeah, it's that part of it is probably bothering me the most, because I do love eating food, and I love all types of food, and bring it all to me in large quantities generally. So that's way tougher than the drinking thing for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you notice a difference when you're eating healthy?
Yeah, 100%. Yep.
So does it make that much of a difference?
100%. Yep. So if I'm smashing burgers and stuff, you feel it. You feel it. It's in your stomach. It's there. You feel shitty after. Yeah. Tastes good.
Oh, it does, doesn't it?
KFC, man, one of the greatest delicacies ever made. But and then when you're eating a bit cleaner and you're working out and stuff, you see results a little quicker too. Yeah. So the tone comes quicker, and you don't feel sluggish when you're doing it, because you've got the right things in you. So it's good that way.
So what's your what's the actual training, the amount of training you guys are doing now?
So we're doing, with PCR, it's Tuesday night, Thursday night, Saturday morning, Sunday morning. Yeah. But I'm just from myself, because everyone says you can't be fit enough for this. You cannot do enough. No. So I've got myself, Mondays is a rest day for me. I do get up Tuesday morning, I go for a run, just 3 to 5 Ks somewhere, not fast, just get the legs moving. Go to training Tuesday night, do that. Wednesday morning I'll go and do a boxing class in the city. Wednesday night, nothing. Thursday morning boxing class. Thursday night PCR. Friday morning I get up and go for another run. So then it's Saturday, Sunday PCR training. If I've got work and it clashes, I'll do another class at Anarchy during the week somewhere to make up for the one I miss on the weekend.
So it's almost a 7-day commitment you got going on there.
I'm doing 6 days, man.
Highgate to West Perth isn't too far, though, which is probably a benefit.
It takes me about 10 minutes, man. So it's good. Like, some of the guys are like, yeah, I just drove in traffic from Coburn. I'm like, oof.
Michael's in Mandurah.
Damn, really?
Yep.
That I did not know. Yeah,
He makes that trek.
That's huge.
Imagine dealing that. No. Imagine going an hour in that traffic on the freeway.
Just get punched. just to get punched and go home. This black eye would be a lot sorer if I had to drive an hour home afterwards. But yeah, so I'm very lucky. Like, I'm literally 10 minutes, not even from there. So,
beautiful.
Yeah, I just get home from the city, home from work, jump in the car and drive there.
Do you drive to work or just walk in?
I either walk. I think it's like exactly 2 k's from my apartment building to the doors of work. So on a nice morning, if I'm up and about, I'll walk in. If not, I just jump on the bus.
Okay.
It's just easier.
Straight down there.
Yeah, that's it.
What's the hardest part of the training?
Shit. The bag sprints are pretty wild.
Yeah.
Like, because you got just 15 seconds, like, doesn't feel that long until you're constantly punching something. And then it's like, you go to get your breath and you go around to hold the bag for your partner and you're holding the bag and the thing's just, depending who you get one of the big boys, that thing's just fucking slapping into you.
Yeah.
So you're going, and you're like, I can't even get the breaths in. But like the bag sprints are a killer. The hill sprints suck.
No, yeah.
But like, I understand completely why we're doing it. So it's a necessary evil to do something like that. So, but probably the hardest part for me is backing up that Saturday, Sunday when I can make both.
Yeah.
Like Sunday morning, man, like I get up and I'm like, whew, I got like half an hour, 45 minutes here to have some breakfast and get down there. So like I'll go do that and then I sort of, like some Sundays I got to rush straight off to work. So like I'm just constantly going. So that Sunday morning can be a killer because especially if I've done so much through the week, your body's just going, give me this break, give me this break.
Oh yeah, needs
But like, yeah, so I'll keep doing as much as I can until I start to feel it all build up, and then I'll probably just taper off one of the classes in the morning per week or something and just drop it back to like 4 or 5 days a week and get those 2 good rest days in. But for now, I feel like I can't get enough fitness work in.
They do, with stuff like those bag sprints, they do give you the option. No, not the option, but I think that's where the old self-discipline comes in there. Because you could hit that bag at 50% and make it look like you hit. I mean, they know.
Yeah.
But it is one of those things where it's going to be a mental thing where if you really want to get the most out of this, you got to go all out.
Work. Yeah. And that's like, I find that in the hill sprints. Like I don't hate running. Like I don't hate going for a run. Yeah. But like running up a hill at full pace, I don't want to lose that.
No.
Like I look around like there's a couple boys that are pretty quick. So, but I'm at the moment, like I'm priding myself on being the first one up that hill every time.
Yeah.
And like it gives me that little thing to like, if they were just like go down there and sprint up by yourself, I'd probably half-ass it.
Oh,
to be honest, because but like you start running and then you see like Will Cleggett, he's like a big solid dude, and like he'll sprint the other day, and I just see him kind of next to me. I'm like, hell no, like I can't. He's bigger than me. I can't have him beat me. I'm built to run. Like, so like it's that part of it I like. And when you've got a partner there behind the bag when you're doing a bag sprint, and they're just going feed it, trying like give it to it, go, that helps because that just gets you pumping to go like, oh yeah, he's backing me in here.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing. Like to have a competitive nature to all that stuff is really good. Because you definitely could half-ass it if you wanted.
You
get nowhere. So
the one thing I have noticed is how supportive even the other fighters are. I mean, it's one thing you expect the coaches and the staff there at Anarchy to encourage you, but someone that you could possibly be fighting against, they're sitting there encouraging you as well.
And one cool thing is we do something like bag sprints and everyone is gassed, and like that ends the training session generally.
Yeah.
And everyone will just, it doesn't matter who you are, where you are. You can only lift your arms this high now because you're all fucking wrecked. Yeah. But everyone will fist bump everyone as they walk past or make it known that like you've all done well. So it makes you want to do better because you're like, getting around each other, and it's like that group fitness mentality where, like, if you're in a team or something, everyone backs everyone up. So at the moment, like, we are one big group. We are one big team. Until they split us off, you don't know who you're going to end up with. So if you're, like, going around there at the moment being a dick to everyone, you could end up with those 14 people on your team.
Yeah.
You don't want that. So for the most part now, everyone's, like, really into being one big team and getting around each other. It makes all that shit way easier.
A culture is very hard to create or to change, but they seem to have that culture sorted down there, don't they?
Big time, man. I think that starts at the top with the coaches. So like those guys, they greet everyone, and you feel so welcome. Like they'll have quite often, like you get there, we start at 6:30. There'll be a class that ends just after 6:15ish. But if you walk in and say Nigel's running that class, he will go out of his way to come over and just give you a fist bump or acknowledge you from across the room that you're here. Good on you. So like that's the culture that it builds. That stuff makes it easier to show up to, because you walk in and like if Glenn's behind the desk and you walk in and he'll just, how are you, mate? Like, and you just feel like, oh, I belong here. So even with like everyone just getting around each other like that, it starts at the top and that shit filters down.
Oh yeah.
So like that builds the thing of, I can't walk in here and not say hi to anyone. I can't sit over there by myself and get ready. So you find yourself, you walk in, there'll be two blokes there that you've hardly had anything to do with yet, but you'll just go sit with them and start wrapping your hands and chatting and talking. And then before you know it, like before I leave, everyone that's left there, I'm going around, see you later, I'll see you on Thursday. Yeah. Like it's that cool culture, and I feel like that definitely feeds from those guys at the top, because they're just so about it, and they're just so about everyone doing everything and learning everything and being so positive with it. And it's really cool. Like you never feel like they're talking down to you or anything. Like you can be absolutely cooking a combo on the mitts, and like they'll just walk over and go, take a breath, take a step back, one, and then off you go slow. And they're like, there you go, now build it up. And you feel like $1 million. Like when someone takes that time to show you instead of just going, you're doing it wrong. And that's definitely where that like culture in that place comes from. It's definitely the boys at the top there.
They've created something down there, haven't
100%,
they?
100%, man.
Good on them.
It's a you walk in and you feel it. It's great. Yeah.
Now you've got very much a point, a time and date.
Mm-hmm.
How have you gone with say mental changes? Now you've got really something to focus on.
Nothing really. So I feel like at the moment it's still like just this prep phase and learning still. Yeah. When they split those teams,
that's when it gets real.
I feel like that's real then. So at the moment, like, you know, you're working with everyone and stuff, and then these guys that I'm really comfortable working with now could end up red and I could end up blue, or vice versa. So all that comfort that you've built could just disappear in a couple of weeks' time anyway. And then you've got to start over, and I think that's where the mental thing will kick in of like, all right, cool, man, let's go now, let's do this. This is who I've got to work with. This is who I've got to sharpen my skills with in preparation for going over there and doing that. So I think at the moment I'm pretty cool with it.
Yeah. I do see that they, as soon as you are divided into the teams, it does change a lot how you feel about the opposite team. Mm-hmm. But one of the good things that I have seen is the moment it's over, all of that's gone. Any kind of animosity that you've had to build up or use to actually be able to get in the ring, it's gone. Yeah. Just because you're red team, just because you're blue team, as soon as the fight's over, you guys are drinking together. Everyone's having a good time.
I think that's with a lot of like any sport. Like if you play footy, if you play basketball, for those like 4 quarters that you play, you cannot stand the people on the other side in the other colour jumper.
Oh no!
But afterwards, if you're like in the like, say you're at a local footy club, so you're in the bar afterwards and you're having a drink, and the guy that you wrestled with comes in and he'll give you a laugh and a smile, and you go, you know, in here, all good. Out there, inside those like white lines, different, man. It kicks in. But I feel like it'll be the exact same with boxing, but probably on a more personal scale, because everything you're doing, like, just to fight one other person. So you've got to like really focus on that, and like you'll spend a lot. I feel like you could easily waste and spend a lot of energy getting like hyper focused on like, that's my opponent, I've got to go there, destroy, like whatever. Whereas it probably should be, let's learn what I can, let's go out, use it, and then afterwards let's all just be friends, man. Like it's not, I could get knocked down, man. I'm not going to carry any hate towards a dude that did it. He was better than me at it. So it'll be interesting when we get broken up, the feeling you'll have towards that other team compared to after. Because I feel like afterwards you just all give each other a big hug. So
fine, mate. It's fine. Being able to leave it, like they say, leave it on the field. Yeah. I think that is the key. And a sport like boxing or any combat sport like MMA, that's normally where they don't leave it on the. They don't leave it in there.
Yeah, like man, but it's cool to talk shit, and it makes it fun.
Yeah,
like you verbally destroy someone if you want, like as much as you want. But you see it like in the MMA and the UFC and stuff, like these dudes are on each other, man. Like they hate each other.
They do.
But do they hate each other, or is hating each other selling tickets?
I think some of them do.
Yeah, well,
I think some of them don't.
Yeah,
but some of them.
But like you see, like
sells tickets.
Even with the boxing and stuff now, you see like all this stuff going on between like Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis and stuff.
Yeah,
and it would appear that they hate each other, but they're also not set to fight each other any time that we know.
No.
And they're both cashing in massively off hating each other. You know what I mean? So it's a strange one to think, because like that's like a fight. That's a fight that could never happen. And then there'll just always be the thing of like,
what if?
Yeah, what if? So I think it's like a weird thing in that way, because you just don't know, do you, until you've done it. Like, I might hate the guy I fight. You never know. Me and him might just become enemies for the rest of our lives, and every time we see each other, I'd be like Peter Griffin and the chicken on Family Guy. But like...
just blew it.
Yeah, just bang,
rolling through the streets.
Yeah, but like probably not. So, it's a tough one.
There was one fight. I won't bring up the guys, but there were two guys that they had an issue prior, and they still had an issue afterwards. But it's only one time in God knows how many fights I've seen. So, I think the odds.
Is that issue from previous, or is that issue from when they were at? You know, it can be a lot packed into it. You know.
Has it lived up to its expectations so far?
Probably beyond, to be fair. Like because you see so much of it when you follow it on social media. So you see these people's journeys through the Corporate Rumble social media, but then when you get there, there's so much going on. And like that induction day, fuck man, so much going on. Like you're whipping around like, hey, I run the podcast. I'm like, damn, all right, cool. So I'm probably going to be involved in that. And then you're chatting to Pim and you're chatting to everyone about different things, and they're like, have you done this? Have you got this? And it's like full on. It's so well run. Like it's so smooth. Like a message went out yesterday just to say if you haven't got your sponsors' logos in, to get them in.
So I saw Pim send that
and I literally went, have I done that? So I like just messaged her and I said, look, I can't remember. I've got so many emails in my thing of just different chains. Yeah. Like, but she was like, yep, you're all done. Don't worry about it. I was like, all right, cool. But like, it's a very well-oiled machine by the look of it.
There are so many things going on that I don't know about and I don't want to know about. I just got this and anything else.
But yeah, it just seems to like because it's something as big as this could go to shit really quickly if you got it wrong. But they seem to have just got it down to we do this, then we do this, then we do this. And it's all right there in front of you. We know exactly what's coming when it's coming. There's no surprises. We don't walk into training on a Tuesday night and they go, all right, blue, red, blue, red. It's like on this date you will find out.
Yeah.
On this date, your matchup will be announced.
I don't find out early either.
Yeah. So like it's like just so well run. And like you could definitely go into it and it could be an absolute shitstorm, but it is spot on. Everything so far has just been effortless.
It could go horrible. It could go bad.
Yeah.
How they manage to pull it off some days is beyond me. When you think of everything that's got to line up with injuries, with sponsorship, with you just think, how the hell do they do it?
Full on. And then like even one of the boys, I think he cracked his ribs.
Oh yeah.
And just literally, I think it was like the Tuesday that happened to Steve maybe, or the Saturday, and then on the Tuesday or the Thursday that week, in came the next dude, and it was just like he'd been there forever. Like it was just so. I was like, man, I want.
Was that when Kyle came back?
No, so Kyle was there from the start. I think Jody's the new bloke.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think he replaced Steve, but he just like cruised in, and then that was like super easy. Like it was. Don't quote me on that being his name. Actually, I only met him a handful.
Joey, no,
Jody.
Jody.
Yeah.
I do have Jody coming in. When's Jody coming in?
But the like it was just
Jody's coming in next Wednesday.
Because you sort of go like, oh shit, someone's going to lose their fight. And then but they've obviously got these backup plans in place, because that could be where it falls apart, you know. And like you've been sponsored, you've put your time and energy into this to get told right there and then that like you might not get a fight now, it would suck. But it seems like anytime anything happens, they've always got someone that can step in and fill that void, which is awesome.
I think if you're a reserve and you don't get picked, in the end, I think you're guaranteed to the next one.
Yeah.
I think that's how it works.
Cool.
Which is a good setup.
That's very good, though. Yeah.
So simple.
Yeah, that's
so
very
simple.
good.
I bet you Glenn didn't think of that. That's such a simple. Do you know which team you're going to be on?
No idea. So I was speaking to Nige last night, and I just said, look, like, because obviously with me working weekends and stuff, if one team constantly trains earlier, if I could be considered for it. But I understand that's not how it works. And if they say, look, you're on the team that trains later, I'll make it work. So, no idea. I don't think anyone really has any idea at the moment down there. Like, I feel like we're just going to all get handed a red or a blue T-shirt and that'll be that. So, it's cool. And you don't really have a preference of which coach either because they're both so good and they've got their qualities and you watch them both do their thing and you're like, either one of these guys can teach me.
Either.
And then the assistant coaches are the same.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's not like one is better than the other.
Nah, and that's the thing.
That's the beauty, isn't it?
And the cool thing is, like, when you do a session with Glenn, you go, all right, cool. You learn a few things. And then you do a different session with Nige and you go, all right, cool. You learn different things. You're, like, completely different the way they go about it. And then, you know, like, Chris will run something that's completely different to the way that Ben does it. So you're just like, this is nuts. Like, I can pull from everywhere now, but pretty soon I can only draw from two of these things, which is cool as well. So
the fact that everyone that I've spoken to has pretty much said, I don't mind either way.
Yeah, yeah.
That just shows you how evenly these two are. They're very different. Very different,
but
Glenn and Nige. Both very good. I think you're in safe hands, whichever way you want to go on. No idea who your opponent will be?
You can kind of look around and read the room a bit, if that makes sense, because there's some boys in there that are huge. And I'm like, well, I think we're in different weight classes. But then, like, you chat to some of the boys too, and you think, like, you look at them and you go, probably a similar weight. And then they'll go, oh, I weigh 84 kilos. And I'm like, fucking where, mate? Like, you know? So I think it kind of, like, shortens up to the thing of you go, these 6 to 8 blokes here are all the same size.
Yep.
So it's coming from this pool of people. But no idea. There's a couple dudes, like, when we do the sparring that I'm like, I feel challenged here. Yeah. I feel like I'm getting pressed. This is interesting to me. So, which is cool. But, like, the big one for me are just, like, I hope there's not one of the ones I've, like, really become little buddies with. Because then, like, that's my guys, you know? Like, that's who I'm enjoying spending my time there with as well. So, but we'll see.
They're so even, the matchups.
Yeah. So that's what everyone says. Everyone's like, they just pick them. And I'm like,
mate, I do.
But I guess if you've been around something that long, you can watch people over this first few weeks and go, this match is this and this skill level is here. And I think that's great because that will keep everyone safe, for one.
Oh, that's it.
And that's, like, a major thing. Even when we're sparring, like, a big thing is, like, if I'm against someone that I can tell feels a little bit uncomfortable, I'll talk to them and I'll be like, yeah, you're all good. Like, breathe, step back, like, do your thing. There's no point in me just beating the crap out of someone or someone beating the crap out of me at training because then it's going to be very hard for me to want to come back and do anything with that person again if I just got whooped. So, like, that's a big thing as well. Like, I think this, just the safety of it, like, you feel at all times they're in control and, like, the coach is just watching everything that happens and they'll come and talk to you and go, the guard has to be up, you're getting picked apart, this and that. It's like, it's very based on not only, like, you got to learn how to punch, obviously, but the defense side of it and learning how to defend things and move out of the way of things and be comfortable with things coming at you is awesome. And that's a massive thing. I feel like on the night is you're going to want to know how to box and punches because you're going to gas out. So
you do. You want to know how to avoid them.
Yeah, 100%.
Just those body shots.
Yeah, they're horrible.
All right, mate. We're up to the walkout music. Let's get this up.
Man,
this will be great. I already know. It's going to be great.
This is a tough one, right? This has been a discussion in my household for a month at least. There's so much music for me. I love my music. But I don't have one picked yet, but I'm leaning towards something old school Ice Cube, Wu-Tang maybe, you know, so that sort of like Ice Cube Bop Gun is up there for me as a song that I just love. like there's one that goes for 16 minutes. There's a remix that goes a bit shorter.
You may need the 16 minutes with your intro coming in. Hang on, I'm gonna have a. What are we doing here? All right, so we'll have a little listen. We can just listen to snippets. So we're listening to Ice Cube Bob Gun.
But there's a certain style of music I like, and it's like that, like a little bit of funk in there, and like gets your head going. And I don't think I want to come out anything too full on because I don't want to be too wound up when I get down there.
Just keep
those shoulders a little bit relaxed until I get in there.
Yo, Q. What's up, Mr. George?
So low you can get under it. So high you can.
Oh, this is great. You're just taking me back to the 90s here, mate.
So, like, it's going to be something along those lines, like Action Bronson, the Chairman's Intent.
Action Bronson.
Love Action Bronson.
That's great.
So, yeah, he's got the Chairman's Intent, which just does it for me as well. Yep. Yep. Everyone knows exactly what that was.
I thought, honestly, I was going to guess. I thought this was going to be you.
Yeah, I'm big on it.
Still Snoop Dogg and D.I.
But it's of that same nature as Bop Gun, isn't it? It's like got the pew, 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 pew.
I learned to play this on the piano. I got a piano behind there.
That's cool.
And that was could you imagine? Just picture this because I'm getting involved. Can you imagine just like the lights go down? Let's get some volume in this thing here. You come out in one of these caddies, just bouncing,
Eddie Guerrero style.
Yeah, and I'll be on the back on a grand piano, just playing this. We've just
do we have this in the budget?
We just got girls in bikinis everywhere.
Oh yes, please.
Oh, it'd be so good.
Like it's definitely gonna be something either like that mid-90s, like LA rap sort of
back
thing.
when it was music.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like I'm a big Lil Wayne fan as well from like his earlier stuff. So
Yep.
like Millie's great. Like, but there's just I've got a playlist on my phone that just says possible boxing walkout songs. There's a lot of songs on there, and I just whack it on every day, and I listen to it, and then I'll be like, nah, not this, delete. Not this, delete.
It'd be hard not to get too pumped though.
Yeah, so that's where like there's some stuff that comes on. I'm just like, yep, I'm in. I'm ready to box. And then I'm like, I'm gonna be tired when I get to the ring. This is a lot of song. Like, so whereas saying with a little beat like that, where you can just bop your head and just try and maintain it, not burn too much energy on the way down there, I think will
Get
be
the
important.
crowd. Are you going to crip walk in?
I'll probably trip over. But yeah, I think Bop Gun by Ice Cube is the leader at the moment, but subject to change.
That's great. Well, I think you still got a couple of weeks to decide, haven't you?
Yeah, I think so.
Nickname?
Oof. So this one I put out to everyone on Instagram to just give me some suggestions.
Because normally people have got to give you your nickname, don't you? That's how traditionally nicknames
So
work.
nicknaming yourself is a bit weird, I think. Like, I just stole Kung Fu Trenny straight off Kendrick Lamar after going to one of his concerts. He was calling himself Kung Fu Kenny. Yeah. And he was just doing all this ninja shit on stage, and I'm like, this is cool as fuck. And I went, I'm Kung Fu Trenny from now on. So that's how that came about. But then I just put it out. I just said, look, I need a boxing nickname. And the responses I got, some of them were inappropriate. Some of them were hilarious. And some of them were pretty good. I think I'll go, one of my mates, Charlie, just said, just be called the Hood Pope.
Oh,
and I went,
that is brilliant.
Yeah, and I went, we're on. So,
when someone drops it, someone drops the right name, you just know everything else.
And he just went, he just messaged me that. He goes, you got to be Trent the Hood Pope Horwood. And I went, that's done. Lock that in. So yeah, the Hood Pope is here.
Are you gonna get? This is what I believe. I get way too caught up in this.
If the Pope Mobile's free, what's that?
come out in a bulletproof thing and just have this entourage of look like archbishops. Oh no, have like women in bikinis just with a big hat on and all that, just walking down the side.
That could work.
That could work. So good.
But so I'm definitely gonna. That's not changing. I'm going with Hood Pope. He said it to me, and I went, "That's cool, man." So yeah, it's staying that one.
That is great. Yeah. As soon as you said that, I went, done. I'm not even going to suggest anything because that is just.
There was a lot of responses to that one, but that one just I opened it and I went, Charlie, bang on, well done, mate. So yeah, I probably owe him a carton of beer or something for that one.
Charlie, that is some great work. I've produced some absolute gold in the past, but that is something else. That's special. I do like that.
Yeah, that's good.
So what are you expecting of the night?
It to go very fast.
It will fly.
Yeah. So like this, I think with anything when there's a big lead up to it and you're doing a lot of stuff, that lead up is so long that realistically, I've got 6 minutes. All going well, anyways. But you get like 6 minutes, and that like 6 minutes isn't a long time when you look back at it. I feel like it'll feel like a fucking long time when you're in there doing it. But like at the end of the night, I'll probably just go, damn, where did that all go? I'll be excited to rewatch the footage, like, and see it. But it's yeah, I just expect it to be larger than life for one, because it just looks it with everything you watch about it. But I just expect it to be super quick, to be honest.
How do you think you're going to go with a bit of a come down afterwards? Well, you got your anniversary the next day.
I do. I don't know. Like, I think you'll just like be on a bit of a natural high for a bit, because it's anything you do where you put so much time and effort into it, and then you get it out of the way and you do like what you're doing, like whatever it is. So whether it's like work related or life related, and you get through it, after that you always feel really, really good. You have a honeymoon period like at the end, you know? So I feel like I'll be walking around Perth, win, lose or draw, like I'm Mike Tyson, like in like the 90s.
Oh yeah,
like, you know,
no shirt.
Yeah, I just do what I want.
Have a tiger.
Man. Yeah,
just get a tiger. Walk around with
Versace jocks on, whatever. Like, but the yeah. So I feel like my head will be big for sure, because I've just done something that's awesome that not many people get to do. No. Like I think it's like someone told me it's like 0.02% or something of the world has boxed in a boxing match. And I'm like... And
in front of 2,000 people,
I'm like, that's
probably about 10% of that.
Yeah, I'm like, that's a cool club to be a part of. So, yeah, that's cool, man. And if I feel larger than life for a bit afterwards, that's cool too. So
I think a few of the fighters have, afterwards, when the event is over and they've had a bit of a come down, you see them, they're very keen to get involved in the next one, not as a boxer, but just to come in and help.
Yeah,
so.
And I think that's part of that culture, though, that they're building down there, because it's... If you feel comfortable enough that you want to come back there when it's all said and done, and not that you have no reason to go back, you're obviously going to build relationships with the people like that are coaching you and things, but like just to go, hey, if you guys need any help with the next one, I'm available, and not want anything back from it is exactly the culture I feel like they're building down there, and they've built. Yeah, like it's there. So I think that like the thing of staying involved and being a part of the next one, and even like when I met Marco, I had no idea that he'd been in it, and then he just started chatting to me about it, and I was like, clearly, I just clicked. I went, when did you do it? And he goes, I just did the last one. He goes, we had like 9 months to train or whatever it was.
Oh yeah, because he's got pulled back.
And he's like, was chatting to me about it, and I was just like, you still come down and stuff? And he was just down there the other day just watching us train. Like he trained in the morning, he just hung around while the whole session was on. And so like I think that's cool. And he was like, you know, when it comes time to spar and stuff, I'll come down and get involved with you guys and help everyone out and do what I can and just be a part of it, which is awesome. So hopefully, like going forward afterwards, man, I'd love to be around something like that. Yeah, like a big, cool event that happens a couple of times a year, man. Why not? Like it's awesome. So,
and some of the people have actually enjoyed the one after the one they were involved in.
Yeah.
A couple of the girls, Casey Rushforth, I'll bring her up. She was enjoying the last one,
the festivities.
Oh, she was right into it. Good on her.
But that's it, right? Because like this one, you go, who knows what time of the night your fight will be, whether it's 6 p.m., 10 p.m. in between, and then you go and shower and come back, and you get to have your little bit of time. But if you can walk in there at 6 o'clock and have a couple of drinks and relax and just, you probably sit there feeling like you're a bit of a superstar too, because you've done it.
Oh yeah,
people here know who I am. Like, you know,
exactly.
So, yeah, you know, if you pull up and your chest is a little bigger than usual, you're feeling yourself. So that's something that I would definitely look forward to, is getting to these in the future and just watching, because it's only going to get bigger and better.
Yeah.
So like the production, the fights, the all of it is just seems like it's just on an upwards trajectory this whole time, and that's awesome that it will just continue to do that in the future. So.
Well, I can't wait, mate. 37 days away.
Man, that's it.
I'm getting pumped. pumped.
That's good,
I'm
right?
getting pumped. I might rock up in my new shirt, just stickers everywhere.
That one with a tie on it. It'd be a good look.
You guys should do that. You know how you do the formal
tuxedo
shirts? Tuxedo
Yeah,
shirts.
man.
I'll be wearing one
That'd
of
be
those.
excellent.
Mate, that's about it.
That's us.
2 hours 51.
Not bad, right?
We have done well today.
Not bad. About, what, 22, 23 seconds of usable time in there?
Afterwards, I definitely want to continue talking about wrestling after
Yes,
we wrap
please.
this up.
Yes.
But, mate, I want to thank you very much for coming in. That
No,
was
thank you.
extremely enjoyable. I did enjoy that to round off my Friday.
Right.
Last one of the week. Still
was
got a few more next week.
That's cool. Like, thank you for having me. One, thanks for making me feel comfortable.
No,
Like,
it's a
that's,
dream.
man, that was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be today. So that was good. Thank you.
Beautiful. Well, I felt very comfortable from day one, mate. So it's been wonderful having you in here, mate. And yeah, I think you are actually going to be one of the people to take me up on it after the event. That seat, mate,
100%.
that has got your name on it.
100%. Let
You're
me
just
know.
down the road as well.
I am.
Just
I am.
waltz on up.
I've actually enjoyed the shit out of this.
Maybe you can sit here next to me. No one's ever actually taken this chair.
No one's ever said next to
You sit here. I don't usually let people on this side of the table. If I get two people in there sitting there.
I feel good.
But you're always welcome
Thank
back
you
here,
very
mate.
much.
And I wish you all the best for the night.
100%. Let's do it again.
Thanks, mate.
Awesome.